to these games. Rough. We're gonna get to some news. Looks like a good look, man. Is it Saudi Arabia, bro? Who would have?
Oh, 3. 1, 2, 3.
In Memphis, we root for the home team because they're our team too. We yell in yellow. Rally.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Akeem here, and in today's Fix of Entertainment news, we've got the lowdown on the Dragon Ball theme park, the Penguin trailer, and an update on the creator of One Piece taking a brief hiatus. This is your Entertainment Fix. Looks like it might be time to say Shala, Inshallah, and head on down to Saudi Arabia as the Qiddiya Investment Company is cooking up a Dragon Ball theme park. Yeah, and the size of this theme park will be massive at over 500,000 square feet, boasting such iconic locales as Kame House, Beerus' Planet, and the Capsule Corporation, and many more DBZ fans will recognize. Now, construction on the theme park is underway, so no date on when we can expect it to arrive. Now, I definitely gotta read what it says on the website to give you a better picture of what we can expect. At the park, visitors will be able to join an adventure with Goku and pals as they enjoy the world of Dragon Ball. From the very beginning of the anime all the way up through Dragon Ball Super. This theme park will feature 5 state-of-the-art rides as part of a lineup of 30-plus attractions. And, if that wasn't already exciting enough, construction of a 70-meter-high Shinron is also planned, with this landmark containing a large-scale roller coaster inside. In addition, there will also be fully stocked hotels and restaurants available at the park to enable fans to immerse themselves in the world of Dragon Ball for an entire day of fun. Yeah, Dragon Ball is one of the few anime IPs to have a dedicated theme park coming to the public, and with it being in Saudi Arabia, it speaks to the global notoriety and popularity of the late Akira Toriyama creation. What are some of the things you hope to see in the theme park? Well, me personally, I'm hoping that, there's a way to collect like 7 Dragon Balls that are possibly hidden throughout the theme park, and I don't know, if you're lucky enough to find all 7 of them, you can make a wish. I don't know what that wish would entail. Maybe you'll get like an express pass to skip the line. Who knows? But anyways, what would you like to see in the theme park? Well, find out in the next exciting episode of the comment section down below. Just, drop your comments and let us know what you think. In other news, the Penguin trailer is out, baby. Now, coming this fall, we'll be seeing one of Batman's formidable foes in his very own series. The 8-episode series stars Colin Farrell as the Gotham gangster, with Matt Reeves serving as executive producer on the series. The Penguin is being billed as the next chapter in the Batman movie franchise. Now, as for the official sequel to the Batman, we can expect Robert Pattinson to return as the Caped Crusader October 2nd, 2026 in Batman Part 2. And finally, Oda-san is taking a break from One Piece. But don't worry, it won't be for too long. In a handwritten message, Oda-san explains that the break is due to Toriyama Sensei's unfortunate past, which has caused him to worry about his very own health, as well as take a step back and kind of just think about his creation, One Piece, and the direction he wants to take the franchise overall. Taking care of yourself is very important, so you don't have to worry about us, Oda-san. We'll be here waiting. And that about wraps it up for your fix of entertainment news for today. I'm Akeem Lawanta. Thank you for watching. Now that you're caught up on today's news, please check out our previous episode. Download the IGN app on all your devices, and for everything else, stick with IGN.
A wish has been granted. Calling adventurers from across the globe.
Around the world are converging on Saudi Arabia after the discovery of Dragon Balls with wish-granting powers.
To experience an unprecedented, immersive entertainment destination. Here, fantasy and thrills collide. Play a part in the epic sagas, coming to Saudi Arabia, in the first city built for play. A wish has been granted. Calling adventurers from across the globe.
Around the world are converging on Saudi Arabia after the discovery of Dragon Balls with wish-granting powers.
To experience an unprecedented, immersive entertainment destination. Here, fantasy and thrills collide. Play a part in the epic sagas, coming to Saudi Arabia, in the first city built for play.
Like, subscribe, and click on the bell to be notified.
Saudi Arabia is building the world's first Dragon Ball theme park. Spanning 500,000 square meters in Qiddiya City near Riyadh, this $1 billion anime dreamland will bring the Dragon Ball universe to life like never before. At its heart will be a striking 70-meter-tall Shenron. With a roller coaster that runs through its structure, fans can expect over 30 attractions, 5 next-gen rides, life-size character statues, and fully themed hotels and restaurants that feel straight out of the show. This mega project is powered by a global dream team. Saudi's Qiddiya Investment Company, Dragon Ball's creators, Toei Animation, and Design Pro's Falcons Creative Group from the US. It's all part of Saudi's Vision 2030, turning desert into a pop culture playground and placing Qiddiya on the global entertainment map.
In Memphis, we root for the home team because they're our team too. And with over 5,000 Chase branches nationwide, we're right beside you, Memphis. Chase, make more of what's yours.
On December 31st, 2025, Six Flags Qiddiya City opened to the public, just outside of the Saudi Arabian capital of Riyadh. It's the first Six Flags park built from the ground up since 1971, and is currently the only Six Flags park outside of North America. It spans 79 acres with 6 distinct themed areas and 28 rides and attractions, 8 of which are roller coasters. These range in size from 40 feet tall to 640 feet tall. Six Flags Qiddiya is home to 5 world record-breaking attractions, including the world's tallest tilt coaster, the largest pendulum, world's tallest inversion, world's tallest drop tower, and the tallest, longest, and fastest roller coaster in the entire world, Falcon's Flight. At a cost of a whopping $1 billion, Six Flags Qiddiya City is the first of a much larger giga project known as Qiddiya City. This is an entire city built from the ground up, designed specifically around
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun, fast, and intelligent way to launch online. Landing pages, content hubs, e-commerce.
All right, so CyberLeak has been under some questioning by the gaming community. They've been wondering, does he have an old build or does he have a recent build? What's actually going on here? Well, he put out another post here. Now, I'm reading this over here on GTA 6 Countdown. It says here, CyberLeak shared a new message in the latest GTA 6 clip, claiming the build they have is recent. This build is actually recent and the game is not ready at all. That's wild. That means that, well, if it's not ready at all, they still have time. They're releasing it in what, November? Is it November 19th? Is that what it's supposed to be? So you still have a couple more days in August, September, October, and then half of November. So, this build is...
And they got a trailer on Netflix coming.
Quote, this build is actually recent to the game and it's not ready at all. Sony and Rockstar are killing your right to own and resell your games, and Rockstar is killing their own employees too. The work required to reach gold is way too much and so little time left. This is something that I talked about a while ago, and I don't care if, well, we had to do it, so you got to do it. I don't care if it's hazing. I don't care what it is. I've never agreed with some of the torturous treatment that you get at certain jobs. Where it's just, oh, it's just part of it. Oh, it's always been that way. Like, you're conscious human beings. You don't have to treat your employees this way. I was in sales for years. And some of the stuff they would do, especially in the car business, for example, some of the ways they would treat people, it was literally like you were in college and being hazed, you know what I mean, by your frat brothers. That's what exactly it was like. So I've never been cool with it, and I know certain industries have it. I know even certain, like, it's done at college, it's done in the military, it's done, I mean, it's done in the entertainment business, it's done. You know, there's certain things, like, it doesn't need to be done. I've never been cool with it. And crunch and overworking people, and you just no need to cause so many people so much stress. You know what I mean? Stress can be out anything else that you have in your life and taking you out, if you know what I mean. Now, trading volume price is low. CL measures your support. CL will not continue without your support. You decide. What's CL? Oh, CyberLeaks. Okay. Well, I was like, I don't know why he just didn't type his full name. And GTA 6 Countdown right here is saying CyberLeak is saying what CyberLeak is saying here doesn't make sense. He could be lying, as Rockstar just confirmed in today's statement that the game is almost finished. Well, companies always talk like that. So he could be lying, he could not be lying. You know what I'm saying? Companies always talk like that. We are very sorry everything is taking so long. It is. So, CyberLeaks has been pretty upfront with us. So I don't know. You know, he's doing this whole crypto thing, but he burned all them damn coins to prove he really wasn't in it for the money like that. But he's still making money. But I don't know. I don't know if he's lying about this. But if the build he has now is recent, I mean, it would make sense that it's not complete. It would make sense that it's not complete right now with the months we have to go. And if they're crunching all the way from whenever to the day that it comes out, because that happens. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you get the game and then there's a massive patch, day one patch. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, you're still getting them, you know, a couple of times a week or every other week or whatever. So it doesn't make sense. I know this. If they want this to be a hit, it better not be glitching and messing up. Oh my God. Gamers are already pissed off that you're not giving them discs of the biggest game of all time, possibly. They're mad at Sony. They think you're both in cahoots and playing the whole thing. If this game is not perfection personified, you are going to get it, Take-Two. You are going to get it, Sony. You are going to get it, Rockstar. They are going to go off. I can see it coming. I've been doing this since 2012. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all think. If you enjoyed my thoughts and commentary on this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. Woo!
Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. I'm more than a...
Can I say something really crazy? Every couple months, I try to pee standing up like a guy, and every couple months, I remember why I can't do it. I have some questions here. Sen, are you paying? I'm actually paying. You know what hug this is? This is the worst way to order it. The broke person hug. Oh my god, she is close. What the f*** are we doing? Hi, everyone. Hi, Tara.
Got 82,000 subs damn near. I think you can afford a breast reduction.
I could, but can I be honest?
You don't
it's
want
just so
one.
much work. It's not that much work.
No, it's not.
No, like, it's like 1 week of recovery.
Well, another day, another Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked clip has been released on the internet. And this one is our 15th leak. And we can actually get a lot of information from this. We can see Jason running at night, we actually get a good look at Electric Fang Tattoo, and even the front of Jack of Hearts Strip Club. So without further ado, let's just watch this in its entirety, and then I'll break down some of what we're seeing. And stay till the end because we did actually get a Rockstar statement, and we got a new post from TGG revealing that he's actually been to Rockstar North. Okay, let's get into it. So the clip starts with Jason running in the same outfit he had in the 919 clip. He is in the stockyard portion of the map, which is based on Wynwood. He runs up to a lowrider, and it actually has an emblem like a vinyl sticker on the back windshield, and it says Rideout Customs, which is of course one of our customization shops that we get in the Ultimate Edition. This car features pink underglow lights, and it's kind of like a burnt kind of red. Jason tries to get into the car just like he did in Hypercar 1 with the Truffade Thrax, but the NPCs actually lock the car, so he ends up breaking the window again, reaching in and unlocking the door. As he reaches in, he gets the exact same prompt he got last time where you button mash and you actually pull the NPC out of the vehicle. I'll say the surrounding area is pretty beautiful. It's very dark. The nighttime in this game looks incredible, and you can also see the way the light reflects onto the paint that's on the side of these buildings. And when Jason throws the NPC on the ground, we can actually see it's the Declasse Impaler. So now
it's too early, bro. The game don't come till November. Bruh, you know the mess that's going on on a day-to-day basis? It's 4 months away. Like, getting me hyped, and then, like, what if something, like, come on, man. The gaming industry is tripping.
Here in trailer 1. I'm not exactly sure, but over on the left side of the screen, it does appear to be the same fence. And as he continues to drive, he does turn the camera backwards, and we can see the Vice City police car is in hot pursuit.
Welcome to a new era of vehicular combat. This is World of Tanks Heat, a tactical agent-based shooter where you don't just control a tank, you command an agent.
If you're watching the gameplay on screen right now, you're looking at footage from GTA 6 that gives us a really interesting look at how Rockstar has been building the game. And before we get into it, just keep in mind that the leaked footage come from unfinished versions of this game, so not everything you see here will necessarily represent what GTA 6 will look like or what it will be at launch. But with that being said, there are a lot of details worth talking about quickly. So starting with the movement, you can immediately see how different the character animations look compared to GTA 5. And the movement appears to have much more weight behind it, with more realistic transitions as well. That's one thing I like, the more realistic transitions. That's what was missing in GTA 5. And obviously, like, that's walking, running, aiming and interacting with like the environment right here. So this is Jason, as you can see on screen. This is another one of Jason, like at the beach surfing, as you can see right there on the water. And I really like that they've added surfboards like really well into the game and implemented the water really well. But yeah, obviously it's not finished. And another thing to look at is the NPCs. They just look so much better as well. I love how the NPCs look. Even in like unfinished footage, there appears to be a massive focus on like making GTA, like the world, feel populated, and it's very reactive as well. So considering GTA 6 is taking us back to what is it called, like kind of nostalgia of when GTA 5 come out, I'd say it's much better this time around. So it's really cool. The Miami vibe is awesome as well. And Rockstar actually described GTA 6 as the most immersive evolution of the series yet. So I'm expecting this to be really good. The map got leaked as well. So yeah guys, that is the gameplay. Subscribe, drop a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
The root of it is the game. It's not the looks.
What the fuck? Did he try the rhythm? Oh, poor soul. We're still stuck in 26.
If you're watching the
The GTA 6 leaker has already posted. The GTA 6 leaker has already posted. The GTA 6 leaker. The GTA 6 leaker.
Bro, when this jump come out, I won't sleep, like, in the daytime, in the nighttime, in the midnight, in the midday. Bro, I'm slow down a little bit because anything can happen. Once I get my PlayStation running, bro, I'm on. I'm on to the break of dawn. But bro, I'm gonna be in the club. I'm gonna be outside the club.
The gold is real, but so is the danger.
Come on, baby.
That'll do nicely.
No. $1.18? Holy cow! That's insane. That's even bigger.
Yes.
Dude, we're hitting a gold mine out here. I'm glad I started mining right here. I can't believe I'm up to $4.68.
What's going on, everybody? This is DK Dynamite for a third video here for you guys tonight. This is one of the craziest weeks that I could recall in recent memory, and we're going to be talking about GTA 6. Excuse some of the AI slop footage in the background. We have very limited gameplay to actually work.
It's time. Like I'm trying to get to y'all. Like I'm trying to stream, but I've been going through some stuff with my mouth where I cut my tongue real bad. And it's still not back 100%. It make it hard for me to talk sometimes. And like you see my lip still busted. I had a bad situation going on. I bit my lip right here.
Work with here, and don't hate the player, hate the game. I mean, there is a lot.
Well, this game is really dangerous. Like,
to break down. Like, yesterday I made a video talking.
If you hold on, bro. They got their bands up. I'm just thinking like. In a spot like this, on a game like this, with this kind of money, boy, this is real deal Florida right here. But if you got your head right, this game can really be like. Good way to keep you involved in something, you know. But some people so not right, bro. They gonna be on this joint just not needing to be on it. See a little bad anymore.
Talking about the initial gameplay leak that did come out and was amongst the first bit of leaked footage that we've gotten since, what, 2022? And no, I do not condone or support.
When it come online, bro, that's the thing.
Leaking early builds of the game and giving people false perceptions of what the game is actually going to be like, because as you are aware, the gameplay that did pop up, most of it goes back to like 2023. It's relatively older footage, and there is one clip, however, that does seem like it was recorded in 2025 because of a song that you can hear on the radio by the name of Sports Car. As always, make sure to turn notifications on and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things, not just Call of Duty, but of course.
When they make GTA RP for this, bro, I know Grizzly World gonna be on.
Of course, Grand Theft Auto 6. But no matter how the footage looks, I mean, just look at the fidelity of at least trailer 2, and imagine how much better GTA 6 is gonna look once the game is actually out. I mean, we're talking several delays the game got, which only could have made it better. At least that's what I hope. But big shout out to GTA 6 Countdown over on Twitter for going ahead and recapping, as other accounts also did, recapping the absolute craziness that has happened in the last 24 hours. I mean, a fourth GTA 6 clip did pop up early this morning, and I don't think the leaker is going to stop anytime soon. If only Rockstar would issue a statement or put out something to at least amend what is happening here. But the fourth clip that did pop up today is the longest clip so far. Can't show it on screen for obvious copyright reasons, or else this video will be taken down. You can find it all over the internet. I'm not going to link it, but the sunset looks great. Jason's inventory includes a section for weapons and items. Jason is driving a police bike. It's a Western Sovereign 107, and there are consumables for health and stamina. A burger restaurant called Pee-wee's does appear on the side of the road. Escaping the police is similar, allegedly, to Red Dead Redemption 2. There's a red area on the minimap where the police search, and you have to leave it. The game also features a ton of particles seen on the ground that physically interact with the world. I'm not going to read everything on some of these big compilation tweets, but there is some good info here. There is a pop-up message that says, and I quote, "Cops are searching for you, and they have your description with clothes, appearance, and vehicle icons." Jason also has a consumable that increases health called Zombix, but repeated use will temporarily have weaker effects on your health. There's also a karma system with the devil icon that will appear when Jason does bad actions. Again, we've also seen that in RDR2. But the third clip that popped up last night after my initial video on this does show Jason in Ambrosia at night and includes a random cutscene at the end. The cutscene does show Cal saying, and I quote, "They don't know nothing about me, man. I use a VPN." And it's a relatively spoiler-free cutscene. That's why I brought this up here in the video. Doesn't reveal anything about the actual narrative of the game or what could be happening towards the ending. Speaking of which, the leaker is threatening to spoil the ending of the GTA 6 story. Rockstar has to take action and needs to take it now. I don't think, even if the story does get completely spoiled, they're going to delay the game again. But I mean, what could Rockstar actually do as far as meeting the demands of the leaker? I mean, yeah, they could IP track him and they can have him arrested, whatever, but I mean, in reality, they're not going to meet the demands the leaker is asking for, which is bringing back physical copies of the game. They're not going to bend the knee to the data miners, the leakers, whoever these hackers are. And it's been inferred by a lot of folks in the community that this group, it's not even a single leaker here, this leaker group may actually have an entire build of the game. And they are currently picking and choosing what clips they want to put out there, because Jason is wearing the same exact clothing in all the leaked clips. That's not a good sign at all. And I think what's even worse is that the leaker group is just a part of a big crypto dumping scheme. I mean, they're clear crypto scammers, very, very much promoting that on their website, which, by the way, their site has now been taken down. The Crypto Leaker Twitter account also got taken down. And the Crypto Leaker account tweeter did say that he wasn't the leaker, but just, I guess, an insider for the leaker. It's just one big circus of the same people doing the same crap, regardless of how they word it over on Twitter. But features from Red Dead Redemption 2 that seemingly are coming back in GTA 6 include an inventory system, NPCs reporting your crimes, looting NPCs, greeting or taunting NPCs, as well as realistic Euphoria physics. There's also seemingly a slow-mo effect during combat similar to Max Payne 3. And there's also an option to surrender to the guards. It pops up as a button. Now, a sense of realism is really going to be felt with this game, as it looks like a truck that Jason enters does show a fuel meter and even some engine health.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible. Nina can't code. Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
Nice. So you're saying we can all build apps now?
Yeah.
I'm on lunch. I gotta make a call.
I'll be in my office.
Just built an inventory tracker. Protein calculator. Book sharing app.
A workflow manager that
Tracks who still owes for the group lunch.
Trash duty schedule.
Since no one seems to care.
I just created a goal tracking system.
we built the same thing, didn't we?
Yep.
Can this thing manage contact?
Is the SOC 2 compliant? I want to animate this graph.
Create a party planner.
Profesor de Español.
An inter-office dating app.
For dogs. For office dogs. You know what I mean?
Excuse me, sir, how old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger generation.
I made my first million last year, actually.
What line of work are you in?
I'm in sales.
Okay, what's the best advice you can give someone that's in sales?
You're only as good as your sales reps and your CRM.
What CRM do you use?
We used to use one of the old legacy CRMs, but it just didn't give us the speed and agility that we needed. But then we switched to Monday CRM and sales started flying.
Why is the CRM so important?
And as a follow-up to what I reported on yesterday, it looks like, according to Insider Gaming, there was a press event of some sort back in July with Rockstar, and I assume impressions of what they saw or played will allegedly be allowed to be shared once the Netflix reveal happens on August the 27th. Now, I wonder how pissed Netflix is that this happened, because they were supposed to have the exclusivity deal here where the first real gameplay that gets out is from them on their platform, and I'm still confused about what the rules even are. I mean, are people just able to go live watching the Netflix broadcast? This doesn't feel right to me. I just can't imagine that it'll be a copyright strike-free experience. I hope so. I hope they were allowed to go ahead and react to it, because we're in 2026, not 2013, not 2005. I mean, streaming is everywhere now, so I can't imagine they're like, hey, nobody could show this footage anywhere. It's going to leak everywhere on Twitter and Reddit anyway, but I can't imagine they're like, hey, we don't want the footage anywhere until Rockstar is allowed to put it on YouTube 6 hours after the Netflix event. But the leaker did put out a paid poll. People are donating to this group regarding what they want to see next. The options put in the poll include car gameplay during the daytime, car gameplay at night, motorcycle gameplay at night, and plane footage with somebody flying during the daytime. If you remember back to 2022, Rockstar did issue a statement about the initial data breach, where some of that initial gameplay did leak out, and that was a very old build of the game. Keep in mind, I think GTA 6 entered real production after RDR2 came out. Not that there wasn't any planning or pre-production done before Red Dead Redemption 2, but realistically, if you put a timeline together, it's been about, I want to say, 7 to 8 really strong years of production. That, of course, includes the delays that we got the last couple of years. And yeah, give or take a few extra years with maybe some pre-planning that Rockstar was doing after GTA 5. But still, the game's been in development for a good chunk of time. And I've seen a lot of folks suggest that, well, because the summer hasn't been too entertaining as far as GTA marketing goes, this is why this has happened. But I will say this. I think regardless of what Rockstar has decided to actually reveal to us,
they made it like you're not gonna want to just be out running people over like.
regardless of all of it, these leakers would have still put out the same footage. I just feel that way. They would have found a way to grift the way they're doing, put it behind crypto, and then mask all of that behind, hey, we're fighting for gamers' rights. You want physical media back. No, it's just such an obvious rage bait. It's such an obvious way to go ahead and scam people by trying to, get behind some movement. They would have done it anyway. It's very obvious. I've also seen folks suggesting that they should just delay the game again, and I just don't see that being a good alternative. I mean, for what, right? Even if the story ends up fully leaking out, the ending and everything, I don't see how a delay can necessarily help. I mean, yeah, sure, they could change the ending, but really, after all the delays and all the waiting we've had to do, I don't see the release date shifting at all for GTA 6. I also really like this tweet from Nick Tech, where he says, and I quote, "There is a possibility that this leaker group has a full GTA build on their hands, which is even more devastating as all the leaks seem to have the same thing in common, Jason wearing the same clothes. I have zero idea how someone can get access to a full game build before the release. However, Rockstar is at a huge risk of suffering a similar data breach, just like Insomniac back in 2023. Now, to wrap up with the map size of GTA 6, right? How's Miami, how is Vice City going to compare to what we got in GTA 5? Well, I'm seeing some folks say the map is about 1.6 times the size of GTA 5's map, almost twice the size, while other people are saying that it looks disappointingly small. As I always say with any leaks or rumors, take it all with a grain of salt. Wait for the full reveal to really make up your mind on how you feel about this. But based on the concept images out there, the map looks pretty darn huge. We got this little news roundup from GTA 6 News, the Twitter account, where he says there's no panhandle. It's approximately twice the size of GTA 5. Vice City Airport is massive, as Rockstar is trying to make the scale of planes similar to real life. It features 5 counties. We have Lamax, Leonard, Kelly, Vice City, and Mariana. It features approximately 10 cities and towns. Mount Calaga is located in the northern county Lumix. They're finally using a colored map instead of the black and white version they replaced GTA 5's original map with. There are additional islands like Dalton, Gloriana, and Catalan, and exploring the water and ocean is going to be an important part of the game with many tiny islands scattered around the map, just like Sanibel. And something I wanted to end this video with, which to me is pretty funny to look at considering I am a full-time COD YouTuber, is that every time there's a new reveal for, let's say, a new COD multiplayer, a new Zombies, new Warzone, you get the same comments all the time from people that are like, oh, how is it different from the last Call of Duty? It looks like this, looks like that. And I always think right away, I'm like, do you hate the franchise but still force yourself to play it? Because, of course, a first-person shooter looks like a first-person shooter. Modern Warfare will look like an Infinity Ward Modern Warfare. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because I saw this brilliant tweet here from Gilly YouTube. This is Nick.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Limu, where's the golf cart? There it is. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Would you be happy if you stayed where you are in life and job forever? If the answer is yes, then this video is not for you. But if you want to finally achieve the time, location, and financial freedom you know you deserve, then this new career may be the answer to all your prayers. Because what I'm about to reveal to you is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It pays extremely.
He said, I think people do have insanely wild expectations for GTA 6, which, yes, that is true. The more footage we see, this is clearly going to be very RDR2-like, but with GTA mechanics. That is the logical next step in terms of a GTA game, which, like I said, is, as he wrote here, it's more towards immersion, but like I always say, you know, it's going more towards the realism that I think GTA 5 really tried to nail and did with the hardware limitations at the time on a PS3 and a 360. Nichols on to say, I don't understand why people are saying, oh, it's just GTA 5. It looks like GTA 5 gameplay. Yes, because it's still a GTA game. Every GTA, you can steal, drive a car, beat people up. I don't know what people were expecting. And there was even a quote post to this where Jeremy said, just look at all the fake videos people have been making. That's what they're expecting in the game. It won't be that. And yeah, there's a lot of AI slop footage in the background of this video. You're seeing it all over Twitter, TikTok, Reddit. And most of it is just about, you know, the surface level experience that you can get from GTA. Nothing is too out there, and you'll be able to fly planes, cars, drive boats, ride motorcycles, but some people do take it quite far with expectations, and I think that is a big flaw with the fact that we have been waiting this long for the game, you know, delay after delay, and, you know, marketing being as kind of weird as it has been this summer, only for it to then be behind a paywall.
we just seen clips like when the game come out and you actually hear like what's going on. Like, this mug gonna be like bro, you going to the club in this city, bro? Like you immersed in this big city, bro. Like this mug is gonna hit, but will it last is the question. This mug gonna be jumping like first week. God, dog, boy. And Lucille bad in the mud, and I know she ain't the baddest thing in the city.
Through Netflix, that's also a weird part of it. And I truly don't understand people that are comparing this to like the yearly 2K or Madden releases. GTA 6 will feel and play like a Grand Theft Auto with what are likely to be limitless features, you know, limitless new potential that we have not seen in a GTA game before. Some features of which may have been inspired by Red Dead Redemption. And I'll stop yapping, I promise, but I also can't believe people that really do critique some of these developer build cinematics and, you know, developer build pieces of gameplay when clearly it's gonna look clunky. It's not a version that the public was supposed to see. It's not what the public is going to play. This is not defending Rockstar or defending corporations here. It's just basic and very common sense here. It's what you are seeing in the leaked footage will not at all reflect what we're about to play on our consoles come this fall, and will certainly not be what we're all going to experience on a PC probably a year and a half from now when they end up re-releasing the game. But ladies and gentlemen, just a week before the extended look that we've been waiting several years for, we got 6 minutes of new gameplay, a 10-second cutscene, and just about a full TAC Mac reveal. With that being said, leave all your thoughts down below. Really hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
She beating on grown man. Nigga.
The gold is real, but so is the danger.
Glittering handfuls.
Oh! $37. Oh!
This is 100 plus details you might have missed from GTA 6 Trailer 2. First, unlike Trailer 1, Rockstar actually provided some context for the story, which says, Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. So we know that they are partners, clearly. They've had a score that's gone wrong, and they are now stuck in the middle of some sort of criminal conspiracy. And so with that, we now have the context to start with the trailer. This first shot takes place in the Leonida Keys, which is a real-life hotspot for drug trafficking, which we will get into later. Here is where we get our first look at Jason's personal vehicle, or Jason's truck, and also a new animal and iguana. This is 100 plus details you might have missed from GTA 6 Trailer 2. First, unlike Trailer 1, Rockstar actually provided some context for the story, which says, Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. So we know that they are partners, clearly. They've had a score that's gone wrong, and they are now stuck in the middle of some sort of criminal conspiracy. And so with that, we now have the context to start with the trailer. This first shot takes place in the Leonida Keys, which is a real-life hotspot for drug trafficking, which we will get into later. Here is where we get our first look at Jason's personal vehicle, or Jason's truck. And also, a new animal, an iguana, can be seen going underneath his porch. Here we meet Brian.
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor? You've got to try Otter. Here's how it works. Let's say I'm in class. I just hit record, and as you can see, everything I'm saying is turning into a transcript as I talk in real time. Because Otter is transcribing everything, I can actually listen to the professor rather than trying to type everything down, or I can zone out for a minute. I know that nothing is going to be missed, and I will be able to refer back to this transcript. If you're attending by Zoom, Otter will even capture any slides that were shared during the lecture. Imagine being able to refer back to perfect notes from all your classes for the whole semester. By the way, everything I'm showing you is free. Here's the best part. So after your class is over, you'll receive an AI-generated summary. It contains a summary of what was discussed and timestamps for the different topics shared. There's also a chatbot where you can ask questions about the lecture. For example, you could say, give me a 10-question multiple choice quiz and hide the answers. This will prompt Otter Chat to create a quiz for you based on the lecture. You could also ask, did the professor mention what will be on the test? Otter will search through the transcript and find any time the professor might have mentioned what would be on the exam. As someone who used to spend a lot of time writing and searching through notes, Otter has been a game changer. And I hope you'll check it out too. Give it a try. It's free.
Judging from the fact that the Florida Keys is a hotspot for drug trafficking, like I said, this matches with Jason's story, as he is living on a property of Brian's rent-free, which is implied when Brian says,
"Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants."
Which most likely means that Jason is helping Brian with his work in exchange for staying at that property. Brian was once again also shown in some of the artwork that Rockstar released, so undoubtedly he will be a big part of the story. A large container ship moving in the background can be seen, and also Jason's first line in the trailer is,
"I'm just fixing some leaks,"
which could be a really funny reference to the September 2022 leaks, and there is some more evidence for this. In the next scene, a raccoon can be found going through a garbage bin in the background, and this is almost identical to one of the leaked clips. A 1950s car can be seen in rough condition on Jason's property and even has dirt piled on top of it from sitting so long, and this could be something to do with the Wyman's car parts that were found in the leaks as well. In this scene, Jason says,
"See you, Brian. Love you, Jason,"
implying that they have more of a relationship than just someone he's working for, maybe his dad, we don't really know. Also, I'm just gonna mention this once now, but the ray tracing scene in this trailer is unbelievable, and there are countless examples of how good it is. The windows on Jason's car are rolled down and set to 2 different lengths. The lady can be seen holding her dog, and on top of this, her car has paw prints on the hood, which, just like the cars we saw in trailer 1, imply that there will be a lot more personalization for vehicles. Plus, her house in the background seems to have a modeled interior, which could be Rockstar's new interior AI patent, which allows for interiors to be generated instead of just flat images like we have in GTA 5. This is our first good look at Jason in this trailer, and obviously from trailer 1 he has gone through a lot of changes, mostly with the hair and the scruffier beard, but my theory is that this is actually later in the story than when we first saw him in trailer 1. When busting open the register, the coins in the tray realistically slide with the movement of the till. There's also a hookah that can be seen used in the store as well, and the phone number on the register starts with 305, which matches up with the area code for Miami. You can see some workers trimming the grass on the side of the road for extra immersion, and one of the trucks has a hitch accessory, again adding to more vehicle customization. The license plate on this truck looks very similar to one you'd find in Florida, however the truck in front of us is very weird. We know from the screenshots that Rockstar released that this says Discover Gloriana as it's shown on other license plates, meaning that Georgia has also been added to the game. Also, Peacock Bay is a new named location that we had no prior knowledge about. This part at the beach looks insane. I mean, the sand has some insane detail. The girl walking by kicks up sand as she walks. Also, the dude is wearing AirPods, or I guess in this game they technically be called fruit pods, so maybe you can listen to music wherever and headphones might become a thing. The beer in the bottle simulates light exactly how it would in the real world. There's a cat cleaning itself on top of the ATM, and overall, this seems to be an average convenience store like we would find in GTA 5, but obviously the detail has been taken to a whole new level. There's also a very funny ad for something called Vapomint, which means that there won't only be smoking, but also vaping will be making an appearance. In GTA 5, NPCs would normally just be killed by cops on the spot, but in this scene they are actually doing an arrest, which indicates more lively world events. Accurate contrails from the plane above, and here we finally learn the full name of our two protagonists, Lucia Caminos and Jason Duval. The cop can be seen moving certain objects around dynamically, and the sound of it moving is accurately distorted by the microphone the guard is using.
Duval.
I think you heard before.
You might have.
Also, how long do you think it'll be before someone counts the amount of holes in this window? When getting out of prison, Lucia is now wearing the ankle monitor that could be seen in the original promotional art released with Trailer 1, which is more noticeable in this scene later. Also, Sexy Time Part 1. This line of her saying, "Hands above your head, now!" makes me 100% confident that this actor is Manny L. Perez, not that there was much debate anyway. The monitors in the bank have gone into lockdown, presumably because of the robbery. Don't take this the wrong way, it's in the game, but the beer is called Pendejo, which is most likely the GTA version of Modelo. Ducks can be seen in the water now as well, which confirms them from the leaks, and also the amount of boats seen in this one area proves that the ocean will have a ton of interesting events going on instead of just on land like most games before. Here we can clearly see the drug trafficking we talked about earlier, as they are loading what is most likely drugs into a Dodo plane. Once again, this is taking place at Brian's Boatwork and Marina, which indicates that it's the same Brian we met at the beginning of the trailer, and even Lucia can be shown doing community service while wearing a Brian's company hat, which means he will play a big role in this game. Jason and Lucia have a pet snake, so whether or not we can have more pets is still yet to be seen. This is the first time we meet Cal Hampton, Jason's friend and business associate. He could be the equivalent of GTA 5's Lester, as his description has him feeling safest at home while snooping on various radio comms. Okay, now, first of all, goddamn. And second of all, this is the same dress that Lucia was wearing in the car scene during Trailer 1, which most likely makes them a part of the same sequence. This nightclub that they're in is the same nightclub that was being promoted by the plane in one of the intro shots of Trailer 1. Also, the NPC density is unlike anything we've seen in a Rockstar game before. They are
niggas ain't gonna realize, like, you still gonna have to live life when this game come out. Folks just gonna be on here like, boy, they gonna forget everything.
Are quite literally everywhere. People are seen pressing Jason about being a Fed, which could give some reasoning to the theory of Jason being a cop. And there could even be more evidence of this later in the trailer. When we see them trying to escape the apartment, Lucia is wearing the exact same outfit she was wearing when they robbed the gas station at the end of trailer 1, which means that this is most likely the same apartment as the trust scene.
And they got your name, address, they got everything.
Now, assuming they are talking about the cops when Brian says this as they show up in the next scene, this would then disprove the Jason is a cop theory somewhat, but there's still something more I have to bring up. There is a theory that this is Raul Bautista, who for all intents and purposes is our Michael from GTA 5, a seasoned bank robber. However, judging from the small amount of screenshots and info we have about him, it doesn't really look like the same person. So with that, I'm gonna leave the debate to you guys. But in the scene where he says,
The agency playbook is gone. Write your own rules with Base 44. The expectation shifted. Clients want more, faster, and they're not compromising. The agencies that keep up are the ones rebuilding how they work. Here's how it looks. A client asks for a landing page. You hand back the landing page, plus a CRM dashboard, workflow automation, an in-app agent. Every brief becomes an offer they didn't know to ask for. And the clients are only half of it. You're also building your own operation. Client onboarding, project templates. You build it once, and the whole system runs tight. Each build hands you a head start on the next. And a super agent that...
Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
In GTA 5, there was no scene where we heard Steve or Dave, for example, talking where the protagonist wasn't with them, which, following that standard, would mean that this could potentially be Jason standing off to the side. Here we get a first look at the drive-by mechanics and see that Jason is leaning his entire body out of the car, which is a mechanic that was confirmed in the leaks as well. We can see a working Metro at the top of this scene, and this is also our first look at Bay Lux, who is a part of the Real Dimes influencer group, who is basically a rapper and just a social media star. This shot takes place in Port Gellhorn, which is also where the final shot of the first trailer takes place. Jason can be seen tossing a dude into a car, which implies better combat, but there's also probably more going on here since a car has exploded in the background. Here we can also see Lucia's combat ability, and undoubtedly Lucia is going to be a fighter. On the Rockstar website, it even says that Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. In fact, on the website, it says that fighting for her family was what landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary, and sheer luck got her out, which calls back to the beginning of trailer 1 when she says,
"Bad luck, I guess."
Jason calls Lucia Lou, followed by "we got this," and then Lucia replying saying "we got it," implies once again, like trailer 1, that trust is going to be extremely important in this story. This explosion is worlds above anything I've seen in games before. Also notice how the lighter SUV is blown away from the explosion, while the riot van is only nudged by the shockwave, which indicates varying weight with cars. Lucia's hair can be seen blowing around from the explosion, and also the grenade launcher is appearing once again. We can see Draquan showing Jason a video on his phone, which may imply that we can take videos with our phone as well. Fighting in the wheel compartment of an airliner confirms that vehicles other than cars will have detailed interiors as well. And judging from how far away the buildings are, we aren't nearly enough for these to be clouds, which means that dense fog will be a new weather effect in GTA 6. Here we have a clear Fast and Furious 5 reference with a safe being dragged around by a car. And it's hard to notice, but the oncoming car stops in anticipation for the reckless driving of the pickup. We got Sexy Time Part 3, and here we aren't sure who this is yet.
This is my team, and we get everything done with Monday.com. Sarah is a senior project manager, and she has never missed a deadline. She uses Monday.com so every project she leads goes from A to Z in record time. Seriously, she makes us all look like clowns. She made a pre-made template for project management. She calls it her golden workflow. Now all stakeholders are aligned, timelines are clear, and all work lives in the same place.
But what if there's no template for what we need?
Glad you asked, Marcus. Meet Sarah's AI savior, Monday Sidekick. She writes what she needs, and within moments, her custom workflow is ready to roll. Either way, now the whole team finishes projects before you can even say, try Monday.com for free and get more done.
Introducing the all-new Game & Launcher. Discover unique games, import your libraries, expand your ecosystem, and play your games from one place. Watch esports and see top gaming influencers live. Redefine your gaming with gaming's monetization system. Get rewarded for playing. Game & Launcher. Download for free now at gamin.gg.
But taking a video with his phone hopefully proves what I thought from the earlier scene. This is Vice City Boulevard, which we saw in trailer 1, but this time from a different angle. You can see a ton of new cars, and again, more crazy customization with the rims on the Benefactor. And as a nice touch, the Bravado Banshee is once again making a return. Needless to say, the night scene is going to be insane in this game. Now this is a cool fact. The president on the bills thrown around in the club have the presidents from RDR2 on them. Now it's hard to miss, but obviously there's a PS5 controller on the table and what looks like a PS5, which is hilarious product placement from Sony since they have the marketing rights to GTA 6. Ammunition is making a return, except now it's called Phil's Ammunition, and there will probably be different names for each store. This is most likely Jason and Lucia's safe house that takes place in the Gator Keys, as you can see the bridge in the background. And the level of detail of this game is immense. I mean, you can see the foam level on the beer. And not only that, but the beer can be seen bubbling inside of the bottle. The operating light on the controller behind the beer bottle is being distorted by the liquid in the beer. The couch cushions compress as Lucia's weight is added to them, and also the tiles by the door are now pulled up, which wasn't present when Jason walked into the house at the beginning of the trailer, which implies that this takes place later in the story. The Buzzard attack chopper is making a return, but this time it has unique weapons on the side, and it looks like Brian is manning one of the guns. In fact, this scene and even the next look very similar to ones we saw in trailer 1. You have the airboat going through the Everglades, and in the next scene, it looks like the Dad Bod Squad from trailer 1. Also, just to the right of the boat, you can see the extremely tall tower that we saw in the first frame of trailer 1. This scene could be in-game footage, as the light just isn't quite as strong as some other scenes in the trailer. But another small note is that Jason ducks his head very slightly as the plane passes overhead. Here we can see what looks like an in-game version of the Corvette C8 that drives by Jason, and I'm only assuming it's Jason because the same bike he jumps off of is the one he was driving in the previous shot. Every building in this shot has what appears to be modeled interiors, but again, this could just be the interior AI. However, it is important to note that the Megamundo building seems to have way more detail on the interiors compared to the building beside it, meaning this is most likely an enterable building. Sexy Time Part 4, but also this room looks identical to the room that they were in during Trailer 1 when they were talking about trust. Shooting from inside the boat isn't new from GTA 5, however, the detail of the bullets hitting the helicopter is a lot more realistic. Bullet impacts now create an atmospheric effect when hitting the road. You can see an NPC about to hop onto the window of the car to fire a rifle, which means that that mechanic isn't limited to just us players. And as well, Mariana County, Vice-Dale County, and Draper Island are again all new named locations we didn't know about yet. Jason can be seen jumping from vehicle to vehicle, which is basically just an upgraded version of what we had in RDR2. And here, Cal can also be seen wearing a Brian's Marina shirt, which implies all the characters are connected. Also, there is a boat being worked on in the background, which implies boat customization as well. Jason's muscle car makes another appearance like it did in Trailer 1, however this time one of the doors is a different color. Now obviously there is a ton of other new info we learned from all of the screenshots and info that Rockstar posted on their website today, which I left a link in the description if you want to look at it, so I'll be releasing another video soon compiling all of that info as well. But either way, I hope you all enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace!
Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor. I got a 6 sense for imposters. So now I'm coming for the whole roster. Major look, huh? Yeah, this one is for the books. All these chances I took still. I move straight on these rooks now. Hold me up or hold me down, have my back or hold my crown. Either you with me or not, but you better give all you got, cause I break the chains. Can't control me. I got the power.
What if you could make a song using only your voice? Let's start with the drums. I'm gonna hit drums and click cover. Yes. This is good. Okay, perfect. I feel like the song needs a rhythm guitar. Dun, 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 dun. Changing it to guitar. I'm gonna type in rhythm guitar. Okay, I like this track. I'm gonna copy it to the main. All right, now we're adding some bass. Bum 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 bum. Okay, let's click on bass, and I'm gonna just click cover. Yes, I like this. Okay, good. All right, adding a synth for the chorus. Pulsing ambient synth. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna copy the synth to the main track. Let's add a shaker. I'm going to click on percussion, and here I'm just typing in shaker and clicking cover. Let's add it to the main track. Now let's put it all together, and I'm gonna sing.
Absolutely unexpected. Maybe that's the best part. Yeah, I know that we connected, not just music, but our hearts. I know based on my track record, I tend to pick the worst. I know I deserve a good guy. Maybe you could be the first. I know we all grow from our past mistakes, cause now you're a risk that I'm willing to take. You're making the hours fly by. You're making me smile so wide. Now I've never felt more like myself than when you charmed me with your spell. What if I don't have to hide? What if it was you all this time? And every lonely melody I kept was waiting for your voice in my duet. I'll admit it's pretty scary.
crazy.
It's no exaggeration to say we've waited years for Grand Theft Auto 6's first trailer, and now it's here. 90 seconds of Vice City, packed full of criminals, weirdos, and parties. Every single shot tells a new story, and we've...
I just seen this nigga was like... November 2026.
Oh my god! What? No!
This was in 2024. This nigga said this. Crazy, bro. This motherfucker's coming. Yeah. We was looking 2 years ago for this to come out. A year ago.
Oh my god! What? No!
GTA 6 leaker mentioned you. What are you talking? GTA 6. I promise y'all, the day GTA 6 drop, I don't know when I'm getting on stream. When GTA drop, bro, y'all should be playing it, bro. Go and enjoy GTA 6, okay? And ladies, if your man on GTA 6, he trying to go. GTA 6 leaker mentioned you. What are you talking about, bro? I haven't even seen Rockstar. You better make sure every building is able to walk inside. I better be able to rob a nigga motherfucking car and literally.
It's wild too, cause it's crazy because in Red Dead, you can really walk into the buildings and fight people. On this, bro, in the modern day, every building, I'm finna loot, stick up, everything.
GTA 6 leaker mentioned you. What are you talking about, bro? I don't even did, bro. What? What you mean he mentioned me? I haven't even seen one GTA 6 leak because I'm so what's that word? Committed to the actual game, you know? Yeah, I do know on GTA 6 I will be the first person ever in the world to 100% the game. Okay, chat, facts or not, but we're gonna do it at a pace that is natural and pure. Okay? Wait, how long did it take to 100%? How long did it take to
Cap, man. It's cap. But hold on. We gonna get to 2K in a little bit. Hold on. baby.
Don't miss out on
This game, you're not ready for it.
You're in the middle of this beautiful sci-fi environment.
generational wealth. Now let's get back into the video. Alright, now for the build. Please ignore my player name. Danny2K got the most like comment on my tweet, so now I'm stuck with Barry the Bot. I have no idea what it means. If you're a Danny2K fan, please let me know in the comments because I'm very confused. Now for this build, you can go right or left-handed. It doesn't matter. I like to go right. And the build is going to be 6'3", exactly 178 pounds, with a wingspan of 6'5", so we can have a max 96 3-point while still getting a max 93 driving dunk. And the first thing we're gonna do is upgrade our shooting. If y'all saw the creator early day, you know that shooting is actually kind of difficult without your badges, mainly because we're on 85 overalls that don't really get everything at first. So yeah, we definitely want as much shooting as possible this year. We are going a 94 3-point rating, which is going to give us all the major shooting badges on gold off rip. And that is quite literally all we're doing for shooting. We'll come back to it later when we talk about cap breakers, but for now, we're gonna move on to our driving dunk. In the builder, our driving dunk is going to be an 89 rating. We wanted access to contact dunks as fast as possible, but not just contact dunks. We wanted pro contact dunks off of 1, which is 89 and 78 vertical, which is why it might surprise you that in the builder, we're actually only going a 77 vertical instead of an 88. But the reason for that is because we found a very glitchy cap breaker method that is going to allow us to get to a 93 driving dunk and an 80 vertical with only 3 cap breakers when it should take us 5. You'll see when we're done in the builder, but bro, trust me, this build is perfectly min-maxed. It's actually insane. Just wait on it. We'll come back and finish our physicals later. First of all, we need to upgrade our ball handle all the way to a 92 rating in the builder. Now, the reason for that is if you're making a small guard, you need to have Curry drill moves, okay? There is no reason to make a small guard if you do not have Curry escape and if you do not have Curry behind the back. Not only do we need these drill moves, we need them right away, okay? At 85 overall, we are upgrading to a 92 ball handle. It is a non-negotiable. Trust me, you will thank me later. If you go 92 ball handle and an 86 speed with ball for gold lightning launch, and you upgrade these both at 85 overall, you will be absolutely cooking everybody else who's also on an 85 overall. Bro, it looked like I was a god amongst men at this creator day. It took me a little bit to find my jump shot, but dribble moves wise, I was cooking everybody. Nobody could stay in front of me. Once I told my center to get off an inside on the threes and give him a popper, there was no stopping my rim run. And then once they started playing my rim run, that's when I finally got my shot down and we were just cooking everybody. I think I had one of the higher win percents at the creator early day, even though I think we started off, what, 3-1 or 4-1, something like that. We still ended up with an 80 win percent playing with complete random people that I'd never played with before because I couldn't get my teammates on the game. So yeah, 92 ball handle, 86 speed with ball. Trust me, no matter what, you want these at 85 overall. If you don't, the build is going to feel a million times worse. And I want y'all having fun on day one. Now, that's not to say that this is not going to be an end game build because trust me, it is. The cap breakers are insane. Just wait. Now, don't get me wrong. You don't need a ton of cap breakers on this build. The only one cap breaker you arguably need with how we're doing this in the builder is the one cap breaker on vertical that's going to take you from a 77 vertical to an 80. The reason for that is because that is going to give you a 78 vertical at least, so you can get pro contact dunks off 1 and you're not wasting your 89 driving dunk rating. Other than that, you do not need any cap breakers. But man, when you see what they can do for you later on and how much better your build's gonna get, I swear y'all are gonna thank me, bro. This is insane. I genuinely think this is the best small guard build we have ever made in any 2K ever. But yeah, to finish up the playmaking, we are going to go a 68 pass accuracy. This you can actually raise very easily. I'm gonna show y'all how at the end of the build. So if you're not happy with that, please be my guest. You could raise it as much as you want. But for right now, I'm gonna talk about something way more important, which is our 90 steal rating. If you watched my live stream, you saw that I was averaging 4 steals steals a game. Now, would you believe me if I said that I only had a 77 steal at the time because I was an 85 overall. I could only upgrade to a 77 overall. I was guarding ball on this exact 6'3", and I was getting nearly 4 steals a game. I had people like Chalk and other former pros come into my chat and be like, bro, what is your steal rating? You're ripping it off of everybody. You can go back in my VOD and check. And dog, they were all stunned when I said I only had a 77 steal and I was getting on-ball steals like it was nothing. By the time you're watching this video, I'm probably almost a 92 or 93 overall. So if I'm live right now, make sure to tune in the live stream and say, hey, I'm here from the video. How is steal? Just ask me how the steal is going and I'm gonna let you know. Because bro, 77 and I was tearing it off of point guards. At 90, I might be tearing it off the entire team, bro. The center might get the rebound and I might just rip it from him right away. All right, let me not get carried away and start yapping. Perimeter defense. We are going in 85 perimeter defense. Whenever we upgrade our physicals, that is going to give us silver seatbelt, which is silver clamps. And if y'all don't know, this is a very bumpy 2K. You can stay in front of people very, very easily, even at 6'3". So yeah, again, I played my first 40 games with random teammates and I was literally running lock and point guard at the same time because I didn't have a designated lock. So yeah, I literally guarded ball the entire game and I had an 80 win percent against some of the best 2K players in the world. You can play defense on this build. You are no longer a liability at small guards just because how defense is on this game. Now, we'll talk about contest a little later on because, bro, contest for every build is kind of chopped in this game, but we'll get into that later. For right now, let's finish off this build. We are going to go in 85 speed and in 83 agility. We're a small guard. We want to be pretty fast. We're not going to be as fast as we would be if we weren't going such high finishing.
The gold is real, but so is the danger.
Come on, baby.
That'll do nicely.
No. $1.08.
But y'all, I would not sacrifice your finishing. Dunking and layups are the most broken they have been in years. I think the last time I saw dunking being this good was literally 2K23 when people were dunking on 6'9s for 50 points a game. It is literally on that caliber of level. Once you start your dunk animation, you already have 2 points, bro. It feels like there are no stops unless you get a body up before the dunk starts. So yeah, we definitely want a very high dunk rating. Trust me, you will not regret it. And then to finish off the build, we're going to go an interior defense of 47. And a standing dunk of 35, which is going to give us our 99 overall potential. Now, real quick, before I talk about these soup cap breakers, let's look at just what we get in the builder, right? We got all gold shooting badges off for it. All of these are eligible to go max +1 and get Hall of Fame. So you got Hall of Fame limitless range, you got Hall of Fame mini marksman, whatever you want. Hall of Fame send fire is what I personally did. Don't worry, I'll show y'all my badges and what I decided to do to start off the game, just in case you're playing for the first time today. But yeah, we got a 92 ball handle, which most importantly is going to give us all the Steph Curry dribble moves like Steph Curry escape and Steph Curry behind the back, but also is going to give us access to Hall of Fame handles for days with a max +1. We do put Hall of Fame handles for days with a max +1. Again, I'll show you. And yeah, I could dribble for days and still green threes. It is ridiculous, bro. I'm telling you, I move so quick on this build. It's insane. We have an 86 speed with ball, which is gold lightning launch, which is going to give us Hall of Fame lightning launch. Yes, we use a max +1 on this as well. We have 4 max +1s. Those are 3 of them. We have an 85 perimeter defense, which, like I said, is going to give us silver seat belts, which is a silver clamps badge. Helps us stay in front of people. Was very, very bumpy on this game. We have gold interceptor off rip in the builder, as well as silver glove, helping us tear it off people. And finally, we have an 89 driving dunk and 77 vertical, which at first only gives you 1 contact dunk animation, but if we go and check our cap breakers, you see the true power of this build. Our very first cap breaker at level 40, aka if you buy the season pass or you don't, you are going to put it on vertical. All right, you want an 80 vertical. Then the next cap breaker you're going to put on are your driving dunk. So you can get a 93 driving dunk and an 80 vertical. Now you have contact dunks off of 1. Now not only do you have contact dunks off of 1, but I'm pretty sure now you have every contact dunk package you will ever need. You're going to be dunking on everybody. It is insane, especially with your airspace takeover, which we'll talk about in a second. And then from here on out, the cap breakers just get insane. First of all, 96 3-point. That's going to give you a ton of Hall of Fame shooting badges. Then later on, when you get to endgame, you'll have a 97 ball handle, which again is going to give you a ton of Hall of Fame playmaking badges. You'll have a 91 speed with ball, which is going to give you Hall of Fame lightning launch, aka you could get to legend now. And on top of all that, you will have a 98 steal. So 98 steal, 91 speed with ball, 97 ball handle, 96 3-point rating, 93 driving dunk, and an 80 vertical. Now, obviously, most people are not going to get all of those cap breakers, but a lot of people actually did have 20 plus cap breakers on 2K26, and we get even more cap breakers this year with how many they're just handing out. So it's not unreasonable to think that some people might get 20 cap breakers watching this video. Now, do you need 20 cap breakers? No, you don't need any cap breakers other than the one on vertical.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys, Nina just built an app. Impossible.
Nina can't code.
Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
So you're saying we can all build apps now?
Yeah.
I'm on lunch.
I gotta make a call.
I'll be right back.
Just built an inventory tracker.
Protein calculator.
Book sharing app.
A workflow manager that
Tracks who still owes for the group lunch.
Trash duty schedule. Since no one seems to care.
Just built a
I just created a goal tracking system.
We built the same thing, didn't we?
Yep.
Can this thing manage content?
Is this SOC 2 compliant?
I want to animate this graph.
Create a party planner.
Profesor de Español.
An inter-office dating app. For dogs. For office dogs. You know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, I was not lying to you when I said that the next 5 days or so, there is going to be a lot of GTA 6 content coming on the channel. Yes, we're going to be covering other things as well, like we always do, but these next 5 days are going to be insane. We already covered the leaks earlier today, and if you haven't seen it already, don't go on Twitter, don't go on Reddit. The Lucia prologue has leaked. I'm not diving into any of that. I told you guys I would not touch spoilers. I don't want to see them for myself, so I'm not going to cover them. But we have actual marketing. Like actual things coming out from Rockstar. And apparently, I was told, I wasn't going to make a video on this, but I was told from a couple people on the YouTube comments actually to check this out because it actually has gameplay content and details about how the game will actually play when it comes out. So we're going to be diving through this article today. I have another video about the leaks coming later today. Stay tuned for that. It doesn't spoil anything or anything like that. It's actually a deep dive on the leaker himself. I don't know if this video is going to go out in notifications because I've uploaded and streamed so much. So if you could do me a favor, if you could just hit the like button, I would really, really appreciate that. It helps it get it out into the algorithm and things like that. And I'm trying to go big. I'm trying to cover everything for you guys because I know you guys want to see it. So this is the article, an exclusive deep dive into video game of the decade. We have some new images here. Some of them we've seen before with like the pre-order bonuses and the ultimate edition, things like that. However, these ones are new. I don't think we've seen this image before of Lucia, Booby Ike we got there. We got a bodacious one right there. And finally, we got Raul Batista. That's a cool looking image, I must say. This is one of the characters I'm actually the most interested in the game. But the article goes on. If my reading sucks, I blame my schooling. It's not my fault. On the sweltering Leonida Keys, sweat slicks the skin of two lovers on the run as they toast new beginnings, watching the sunset over the water. A breeze blows through their hair, and you can almost feel the condensation dripping from the cold beer bottles in their hands. In the background, locals gather on the weather-beaten dock, indifferent to the story unfolding between the outlaws. Elsewhere, a few miles north, tan bodies of all shapes and sizes swarm the sand of Vice Beach. Further north still, locals are caked in mud, kicked up from the back of dirt bikes, or spattered on the Stars and Stripes bikini. And as night falls back in Vice City, sweaty crowds surge to deafening hip-hop beats, spilling out from clubs on the neon-lit streets. Way to paint a picture there, love it. It's been 13 years since Rockstar's released Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the most acclaimed and controversial video games of all time. And it's been roughly the same amount of time since work began on its sequel, Grand Theft Auto 6, which transports the action from San Andreas to Leonida. That's more than a decade of anticipation, meaning there's unprecedented pressure on the follow-up to meet expectation. As Rob Nelson, the head of development and co-studio head at Rockstar North, tells Dazed, however, I don't know that any amount of external pressure could compare to the pressure we put on ourselves as a team. If you accept that video games are an art form, then Rockstar has produced two of the most significant works in the 21st century. So far, GTA 5 and the Western-themed adventure Red Dead Redemption 2. The numbers speak for themselves. In 2013, the former broke the record for the fastest-selling entertainment product of all time, earning $1 billion in just 3 days, more than any book or Hollywood film. 5 years later, Red Dead Redemption 2 took the second spot, but the latter also came with a gear shift. Well, GTA 6 satired modern life with wacky characters, high-octane car chases, and explosive gunfights. Red Dead Redemption 2 hailed as one of the most realistic, immersive games to date, with a slower, more emotional tone suited for the storyline. There's the image of Jason and Lucia there. The character model specifically for Lucia does look a little bit different than the images we've seen before. GTA 6 promises something in between the two. The open world game is set in the same fictionalized US that serves as the backdrop for the rest of the series, with all the weapons and supercars you'd expect. But the world is more grounded and reactive than before. Gone are the days when you could traverse the city like a god. Now players' actions have consequences. Interesting. Walk down the street with a rifle and the city will have something to say about it. More and more. The games are converging on real life, and non-player characters, NPCs, are acting, well, less like NPCs than ever. Or acting less like NPCs than ever. Sorry, read that wrong. For some gamers, there's a fear that GTA 6 gains in immersion, it loses in chaos and anarchy that have been a part of the series' DNA since the onset. But for Rockstar, the goal is to create a world of total immersion, which reacts more realistically than ever to what you choose to make of it. This is where we get into the gameplay stuff. We look back at our previous games with a critical eye and see where we want to evolve based on what we didn't do as well as we would have liked to, either because we didn't have the time, resources, or technological capabilities, or in some cases, things we just didn't do as well or considered as fully as we could have, says Nelson. A lot of what we do is very iterative. We adjust a lot of things by feel based on what is working and what isn't. So just speaking of past games there. The story has evolved too. Higher stakes and characters grounded in all aspects of the world they inhabit. Players step into the shoes of Jason Duval and Lucia Caminos, an ex-military drug runner and a fighter fresh out of prison. So that's referring to Lucia there, respectively. And can choose to play either as a couple or go off and cause chaos independently. That is interesting. That is new. What this means is that can change how these characters interact. You can play them as a couple, or they can be completely separate altogether. Meaning, there's been questions about, can Jason cheat on Lucia, for example? Well, if you do, you might not be playing the characters together. This marks the first time that GTA game has featured a playable couple in the lead role, which makes for some unique scenarios. On the way to a job, for example, players can cruise along the highway as Jason, or swap to Lucia in the passenger seat to scroll on the in-game phone. Yes, there is a workable social media feeds. What satirical take on the 2000s America would be complete without them? When the job inevitably goes wrong and spirals into a car chase, the fluid system enables players to take the wheel in one moment and then fire on a pursuer out the passenger window in the next. And afterwards, when it's all blown over, they can skim across the waves on a jet ski, admiring Leonidas seascape and leaping dolphins with their arms wrapped around their partner's waist. So we knew jet skiing was going to be in there, first kind of confirmation in it. What's interesting to me is a romance story. To mine, like, we all know that GTA has had hot coffee, for example, but they haven't done this kind of romance story before. And we knew going into it, it's like Bonnie and Clyde style. This is going to be really interesting to see if they can pull that off. I think that's what this actually goes into here. True romance like Jason and Lucia usually takes a backseat in GTA games, which, when it comes to the matters of love and sex, are more commonly associated with strip clubs and underground sex work. This is exactly what I was just talking about. GTA 6 is very consciously staged as a Bonnie and Clyde type narrative, says Rupert Humphreys, senior vice president of a narrative at Rockstar. The trailers alone feature a slew of intimate cutscenes from Jason and Lucia's own fugitive tale, which showcase the special attention that Rockstar's art and technology teams have paid to how bodies look and feel. Interesting. A hand on the ribcage, hips swing on a packed dance floors. For some gamers, the story might even serve as one of the earliest encounters with a romantic, albeit crime-ridden relationship. I've seen some leaks with the amount of nudity in this game, I really hope it's not the first encounter with something romantic. That might say some more about gamers than it should. Anyway, where their choices can have repercussions that cut much deeper than Rockstar's previous titles, or honor systems that rewards conscientious gameplay. In other words, your decisions could ruin your relationship with Lucia. Lucia is the first fully fleshed out female main lead in the GTA game. Before her, it's male protagonist all the way down, dating back to 1999. Previous installments, including GTA 5, drew criticism for misogynistic themes and underdeveloped female characters. But the series has evolved and hopes to attract more female gamers to its previously male-heavy player base. If there's a game that can do it, it's probably this one. In Lucia and Jason, they have created character-rich, complex identities while still leaving ample room for players to make their choices on their own. The thing we love about this medium is the way that these characters aren't empty avatars that you can do with them whatever you want. Their story becomes a journey you share with them. So what's interesting about this is a lot of like RPGs do the thing where, oh, let's have a character creator, make your own character. GTA doesn't do that. You play as a character and your decisions will affect said character, which in my opinion makes it so that they can tell a way more interesting, complex, and deep story. I like this. The joy of GTA is much about what players do with the moments in between story beats, though, as Rockstar offers what has been, up until now, a close to true freedom as you're going to get within the confines of a virtual world. We want to enable as much self-expression as possible, says Nelson, without losing the essence of the character. So you can make the character who you want them to be, but it's still that character. Take GTA 5 versions of the 2010s Los Angeles, for example. You could rampage through the streets with an assault rifle or a tank, cruise by the Pacific in an open-top car blasting Frank Ocean, or even relax with a round of golf. Red Dead Redemption 2 pushed things further. Between shootouts, the player-controlled protagonist, Arthur Morgan, could retreat into the wild to fish, hunt big game, and make campfires under geographically accurate stars, or lose time drinking and gambling in remote frontier towns. Come down out of the mountains a few in-game weeks later, and he'd have been long-bearded and mane of hair and visibly lost weight. Interesting that they bring that up. Bar fights mean or gained it depending on your own skills with the bow and arrow. In other words, if you eat too much, gain weight. Bar fights, meanwhile, would leave him bruised and scarred. So this is where they get into the GTA 6 side of things. Also,
Job Corps is a program where they'll give you free residency. They'll give you 3 meals per day. You also get a place where you can find a trade and further your education. You can also come here to get your high school diploma and as well as your driver's license. Job Corps is actually free. You don't have to pay for anything. If I can do it, you can do it.
Okay, great. Wait, were you even listening? You haven't taken a single note this entire meeting?
I'm actually listening better than I ever have. Let me share my screen. Do you see this? Everything we're saying is being transcribed in real time. Look, word for word. That's exactly what you just said.
Wait, so you're not taking notes because...
Because Otter is. And I can even use the chat function as well. So, for example, what did we decide on the budget? Just like that, see? Instant answer.
That's actually incredible.
Right? And the best part is, after this meeting, I'll get a full custom summary based on the meeting type, action items, and it's all generated automatically and organized for me. I'm actually more present in meetings now because I'm not frantically typing.
Okay, I need this. How do I get it?
It's free. Just go to otter.ai. Trust me, you'll never do manual note-taking again.
Never take manual notes again.
So this article is pretty long if you haven't been able to tell. GTA 6 marks the return and expansion of these interactive systems that alter the protagonist's body. Food affects Jason and Lucia's weight, while exercising visibly builds and tones your muscles. And if you end up spending a long time away from your bed, on the run from the police on a multi-day bender, their features are going to pay the price as well. In other words, you're going to look gaunt, tired, things like that. The effect is a bit like the picture of Dorian Gray. I'm not sure what that means. Only instead of your soul being recorded on a spooky painting in the attic, your habits and sins are written on the face and bodies of your game avatars. This kind of interactivity is unique to video games, shaping the virtual worlds and player responses to it in turn. Between the visual feedback mechanisms, deep relationship mechanics, and heightened realism of the world they inhabit, people might think twice about going on the arcade-style rampages of GTA games gone by once they land in Leonida. In other words, you go on rampages, it's going to affect you. I'm also curious, they talk about your characters here. I'm curious how it affects the world around you as well. Vice City, the heart of GTA 6's Leonida, is based on Miami. This means players can expect to encounters with virtual iterations of Florida Man, the culture archetype turned meme known IRL, for wrangling alligators, drunken antics, and literal Grand Theft Auto. But these outsized characters are just one bizarre facet of the world built with an open mind, a genuine appreciation, and deep curiosity towards the culture it's based on. GTA 6 game writer Michael Waife says, "It's easy to go in with a cynical view and say, well, that's weird to put in the game, but we couldn't just stop there. We have to bring a sense of discovery to players too, not just repeat cliches that already exist. To do that requires years of on-the-ground exploration. Various groups of Rockstar employees has visited Miami's and its surrounding areas over the last decade, and there is a dedicated research team embedded in the city." Interesting. "That first-hand context help us understand the visual markers and nuances that defined identities we wanted to represent," explains Jamie Lloyd. Sorry if I'm butchering your names, Rockstar team. Senior art director of the characters. "While filtering through the unique lens of GTA and the stories we wanted to tell." Humphreys agrees with these experiences and essentials, noting that the majority of the game's characters are born in this research, which includes meeting real people who call the state home. "We will meet with ex-criminals, law enforcement, club promoters, gun dealers, and anyone notorious or influential who will take our calls," he adds. "We hang out, get to feel for the place, listen to the stories, cross-references with the books and journalism, and then try to get to the heart of which characters will bring to life." GTA 6's cast includes various criminals, from old-school drug runner Brian Heder and his conspiracy-obsessed associate Cal Hampton to suave bank robber Raul Batista. What this is telling us that these are based off of real-world people. I would love to know who they are and maybe do some deep dive videos on that kind of thing. That would be fun to do. Elsewhere, the lines are blurrier. Vice City legend Booby Ike oversees a private empire, including the Jack of Hearts strip club, which, if you've seen the leaks, you can actually see this club. GTA staple and music studio, overseen by the young, optimistic Draquan Priest. We love Miami music, particularly Miami bass, and going through the recent Miami artists like Kodak Black and Sexy Red, says Humphreys, we were also really interested in the hip-hop scene in Miami. It exists in the house parties and in overthrown clubs like the Booby Trap on the river. And then high-end places on South Beach where bottles can cost thousands of dollars. We needed characters who could take us through those worlds. In the years since the release of the last game, the music industry has witnessed a shift focused towards female artists, as represented in the game's stars, Real Dimes. though whose journey can be traced via the in-game social media posts. So she is one of the characters who they are portraying. She's a female artist, and you're able to follow her through the social medias. With characters like these anchored in a specific place and time, is there a risk of tipping back into a reductive Miami parodies, especially given the game's long lifespan? If today we look back on GTA 5 hipsters, geeky tech bros, and as a kind of 2010s time capsules, what kinds of cultural archetypes will we look back on when we visit GTA 6 in another 13 years? And will they remain true to what we experience in present day? The artists, writers, and developers at Rockstar are conscious of the tightrope they are walking. Take Stu Petrie, not sure, Vice President of 2D UI Design. So he's the UI guy who has overseen much of the careful world building of GTA 6, including the many in-game products, brands, shops, and campaigns that bear more than a passing resemblance to their real life counterparts. So talking about like the types of beer and things you see in game that like represent Dos Equis and things like that. Our vision is to build a vibrant, believable culture, he says, meaning that every brand, from fashion labels to car companies, has to feel like more than just a one-off joke, as it actually exists and serves a real purpose in Leonito's cultural ecosystem. These brands reflect the aspiration, aesthetics, and lifestyle from the people that inhabit the world space. Drop into the game as Jason or Lucia, and they come to reflect your inner life, as well as lending an extra layer of meaning to each haircut or outfit you choose. I think we're almost done. We almost made it. I'm really curious about Raul Batista, really curious. The potential to explore diversity of cultures and lifestyles is partially why the series ended up circling back to Vice City and the state of Leonida in the first place, Nelson suggests. Florida and Miami have perhaps one of the most diverse and interesting populations in the world. Few know this better than Miami-based stylist Jillian Carr, who has worked with Rockstar since 2023, designated as an in-game fashion ecosystem to the game's in-game fashion ecosystem that aims to reflect the nuances of taste, lifestyle, affluence, and inevitability that are displayed in the city and America as a whole. Vice City is built around vanity, says Carr. Between the social media, celebrity culture, and constant flow of tourists, appearances carry significant weight and trend cycles turn over quickly. This brings us back to the background NPCs. Young, old, tall, short, tattooed, pierced, or modified with plastic surgery, wearing throwback Hawaiian shirts, sharp suits, luxury fashion, or muddy combat gear. The bodies and clothes of the virtual masses are also far more varied than previous games, and more tailored to their local environment. So in other words, if you're in Gallarhorn or if you're in Ambrosia, you're going to see different people wearing different things than if you are in Vice City. From Vice City's Little Cuba to the wilderness of Mount Calaga National Park. To bring the diversity to life in game, we've developed new tools and pipelines that enable us to build the most detailed and varied character populations we've ever created, says Lloyd. But ultimately, he adds, making the population feel authentic comes from more than appearances alone. It's a combination of how a character looks, moves, interacts, and expresses themselves, brought together through collaborations across multiple teams. Wife-A hopes that all of these systems work together to deliver a landscape that players feel they have been dropped into and made endlessly roam around. To pull the technical and cultural feats required to build a world of the scale, depth, and interactivity of GTA 6, the Rockstar team has more than doubled in size since they released Red Dead Redemption 2. Its offices around the world, with one branch in LA dedicated almost solely to the world of in-game pedestrians, NPCs. So in other words, the LA studio basically just works on NPCs. More than 50 real street artists were brought in to design murals in places like Vice City Stockyards, based in Wynwood, Miami. The team that deals with vehicles handling is made up of literal race car drivers. So if they're building street art, they'd hired street artists. If they're making racing, they hired racers. Pretty cool. Again, it all adds up to a lot of pressure, and not only because of the investment of time, money, and effort is on par with several wonders of the world. At the time of writing, there's an online rumor that the game cost more to build than the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. That's crazy. But also because if it all goes well, this is a work of art that people could spend the next decade with, at least. It's a lot of pressure internally and externally, but the pressure is ultimately a privilege we know we are fortunate to have, says Nelson. All we want to do is deliver for our audience. The story is taken from the, it just says, that's the end of it. That's taken from the autumn issue of the Days magazine. So the big takeaways there are the depth that they're willing to go to create this realism in the game. In other words, when they're working with someone with dirt bikes, for example, they're going to hire someone who is a professional dirt bike driver to make it feel realistic. For street art, they hired street artists. They have a whole team dedicated to their NPCs. Your in-game decisions are going to affect more than just what you see in game. They're going to affect your relationship, specifically between Jason and Lucia. Likely will be different endings based on that relationship that you have. Your characters will look different in how you spend your time. If you're out all night partying, they're going to look rough the next day. Get a good night's sleep, they're going to look a little better. If you eat good food, you're going to be healthy. If you work out, you're going to be ripped. This is the depth that we wanted to see, and I think we're going to see it tomorrow in that extended look. So like I said, if you enjoyed the video, I know I was just like reading the whole time, but you guys asked me to do this, so here I am doing it for you. We got more videos coming. There's going to be a lot of GTA 6, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed, have notifications on. And it's game time, baby.
Zenitsu! Tanjiro! Bye-bye, Soul Reaper. Bing! Death Leap.
I wish that all the main villains can become the protagonists of their shows.
Your wish has been granted.
Oh, it's hot as hell out here. I don't know how those monkeys do it.
Hey, neighbor, don't see you guys outside much.
Death Beam. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty boring without the circus of monkeys trying to stop everything we do.
Well, this is the first time that we're all protagonists, Frieza.
First time Orochimaru?
Pain! Get the fuck off my dick! God.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun, fast, and intelligent way to launch online. Landing pages, content hubs, e-commerce sites, you describe it and it's built in minutes. It's kind of wild how far
We just got the biggest GTA 6 intel drop that we have ever had. It puts previous announcements and trailers and things like that to shame. We got so many details here. So Dazed, which is like a culture and lifestyle publication, has an exclusive article where they detail so many new features and details about the game that we haven't heard before. And we're going to be going through this entire thing. I'll tell you guys all about it. Like, I'm not kidding. Tomorrow is obviously the big day. This is like the unlimited chips and salsa you get from the Mexican restaurant. You overeat on the appetizer. But, dude, am I excited. So, starting off, it talks about Rockstar's most recent big releases. Obviously, we had GTA 5, which they described as a satirical take on modern life with wacky characters, high-octane car chases, explosive gunfights, etc. Now, Red Dead Redemption 2, on the other hand, was hailed as one of the most realistic and immersive games to date with a slower, more emotional tone suited to its storyline. So on one end, we've got wacky, crazy, Trevor out in the trailer park, Oppressor Mark IIs, that kind of thing. On the other end, we've got a really slow, emotional, just very detailed story. And they say that GTA 6 is going to find a balance between those two. It says that the open world game is set in the same fictionalized US that serves as the backdrop as the rest of the series, with all the weapons and supercars that you'd expect, but the world is more grounded and reactive than before. Gone are the days where you could traverse the city like a god. Now your actions are going to have consequences. So if you're walking down the street with a rifle out, the world is going to react to that. So you're still going to have those chaotic moments. It's still going to be wacky. It's still going to be the same GTA that we know and love. It's just going to be more grounded. It's going to be a little bit more realistic. It's going to be a little bit more immersive. And it's going to have the emotional depth that Red Dead Redemption 2 had, which just sounds like the perfect blend. Now, of course, we know we've got Jason and Lucia. It's the first time we've ever had a playable couple as the protagonists, and it does detail their backstories a little bit more. So Jason is an ex-military drug runner. Lucia is a fighter fresh out of prison, and you can choose to play as Jason, play as Lucia, or play as both all at the same time. So for example, you're on your way to a job. You could be playing as Jason, driving, and then you can actively switch over to Lucia in the passenger seat. And they said in this case, she was sitting there scrolling social media on her phone, which, I mean, social media confirmed in the game. Of course, that's going to be absolutely chaotic. Can't wait to see that. But yeah, so you're going to be able to swap back and forth at any point. Now, scrolling social media, probably not the most exciting thing, but think about, you know, say something goes wrong, you're being chased. You can be driving as Jason and then swap over to Lucia, hang out the window, fire at the enemies behind you, switch back to Jason, drive. Like, this is going to open up the game and create scenarios that we've never seen before. And of course, you can do this in missions, but you can just do this in the open world too. Like, it's not limited just to certain scenarios. You can just switch back and forth whenever you want. They did kind of go into their relationship a little bit more. So obviously, in the world of GTA, we are not, you know, strangers to love and women and strip clubs and hookers and things like that. But their story is going to be a little bit more grounded again, and it's going to focus a little bit more on the romance aspect of it. They describe it as a Bonnie and Clyde type narrative, which we've been talking about for a while, and there's a slew of intimate cutscenes from Jason and Lucia's own fugitive tale, which showcase the special attention that Rockstar's art and technology teams have paid to how bodies look and feel, like a hand on a rib cage, hips swinging back and forth on a packed dance floor, etc. So we are going to see this romantic relationship evolve, and that's going to be a major storyline in the campaign. And it does say that the choices that you make have repercussions that are much deeper than previous honor systems that we've seen in other Rockstar games. And I really liked Red Dead's. Obviously, you could make a lot of choices there, whether it was killing people and being an outlaw, or even if you chose not to take a bath, and, you know, people would say you stink as you walk down the street, that kind of thing. So it's going to go even deeper than that. Rockstar says that both Jason and Lucia have these very rich, complex identities, but there is space for you to kind of be able to make them their own. So they're not just an empty avatar that you can do whatever with, but you kind of like learn and get to know them and grow with them as the game progresses. Now the characters will physically evolve as well, so a little shout out back to the San Andreas days with CJ. He could eat all that fast food, but if he didn't hit the gym, he would gain some weight. The same thing happens here. So food does affect your weight. If you work out, you will physically see your character become more fit and toned. If you sleep for too long, if you're on the run from the police, if you go on a multi-day bender, you are physically going to change based on the choices that you make, which is just absolutely insane. We're gonna have to do a playthrough where we just like don't do anything bad and we just lay by the beach and tan and, you know, that low stress lifestyle so we don't get Jason any wrinkles. In terms of the other people in the world and the NPCs and things like that, Rockstar has done over a decade of on the ground research in Florida, mainly in Miami, to come up with the characters and the personalities and the missions and things like that. They said they met with ex-criminals, law enforcement, club promoters, gun dealers, and anyone notorious or influential who would take their call. They'd hang out, get a feeling for the place, listen to the stories, cross-reference that with books and journalism, and the entire thing is real. Like everything that we're seeing here, it wasn't made up, it wasn't scripted. The game is completely based in real stories and real people. Rockstar said that they love Miami music, particularly Miami bass, going through to more recent Miami artists like Kodak Black and Sexy Red. He said that they're really interested in how the hip-hop scene in Miami exists in house parties in Overtown, clubs like Booby Trap on the River, and then high-end places on South Beach where bottles can cost thousands of dollars. So every level of life is being represented here, all the way from the very bottom blower, scraping the bottom of the barrel, all the way up to, you know, the highest echelon of society. Rockstar said that Florida and Miami have perhaps one of the most diverse populations in the world, and as a Florida man, I can concur. And to bring that diversity to life in-game, they have one of the most detailed and varied character populations that they have ever created, and it's not just about the appearance of these characters, it's the combination of their looks, the way they move, the way they interact, the way they express themselves. So truly, like, you're going to be able to just walk the street and never know what's around the next corner. Now, obviously, it takes an army of creatives and artists and things like that to bring all this to life, and they said that they have more than doubled their studio size since the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, and some of the stats are crazy. Like, they brought in over 50 real-life artists to create art that we're going to see around the city in Vice City, and obviously, I mean, that's insane. No art piece is going to look the same because it's physically made by somebody else. They have on their like vehicle handling team, they have actual race car drivers, so the cars are going to feel better than they ever have before. And I think my favorite part is they have a whole section of their development team based in LA that is strictly focused on pedestrian behavior and NPCs on the street. And I think that's one of the things I'm most excited for, is to just see what these AI characters are doing in game. And Rockstar ended it with saying that they are under an immense amount of pressure, both internally and externally, but they view that as a privilege to have that pressure, and all they want to do is deliver for the players, and they want to deliver something that we can play for the next decade or more. So holy cow, dude. And again, this is just the teaser. Tomorrow is the big day, the big Netflix event at 3 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys are there. Make sure you guys come back and check out the channel. But I mean, it sounds incredible. A mix between GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. All the chaos, but a little bit more realistic, a little bit more grounded. The most diverse cast and environment and NPCs and people, and the best vehicle handling and everything that we have ever seen before. Like, this is truly the game of a lifetime, and I absolutely cannot wait. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Be sure to keep an eye on the channel tomorrow. We're going to be going crazy for the next couple days, and I'll see you guys there. Peace out.
If there's one thing that's been true in every GTA game ever made, it's that the streets always belong to somebody. Whether it was the crews fighting block by block in San Andreas, or the crime families and street gangs carving up the original Vice City, there's always a criminal underworld running underneath everything you do. And GTA 6 is going to be no different. So today we're going to go through everything we actually know about the gangs and criminal factions coming to GTA 6, what's confirmed, what's been spotted, and what might still be lurking out there. Before we get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome on in. Please consider subscribing to Vice Talk, like, and of course, turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upcoming GTA 6 upload. Without any further ado, let's get straight into this one. So before we get into all the speculation, let's start with what is actually locked in. Because as of right now, Rockstar has officially confirmed exactly 3 gangs for GTA 6, and I want to be really clear about that number because a lot of channels blur the line between confirmed.
All right, y'all, no leaks. Nobody has to feel like they're being exposed to some information that's been leaked or anything. This is coming from Days Digital. They cover everything in culture, whether if it's food, fashion, movies, games, music, whatever. And they put out some screenshots. They got some exclusive screenshots. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, I will be covering the Netflix GTA 6 reveal, as well as putting it on YouTube. I will be live on both platforms, watching as much content creators who have been flown out to Rockstar North. So if you guys pull up and be a part of the conversation, super with it. But there is so much information that just came out right now. I'm going to have screenshots as well be shown. Actually, we should do that first because the screenshots look fire. I'm telling you, just because we've seen that gameplay leak, don't mean we've seen everything in the game. We've seen a build that possibly doesn't have all features enabled. But there is so much stuff that I'm telling you, this is gonna last us another decade. Everything I've just seen in bullet points, I was just so excited to make this video to talk about it with y'all today. So let's go ahead. Let's look at the screenshots here. Holy shit. All right, so we got Days Digital here. They have a magazine. They only charge it like $7.99, but the shipping is egregious, so it ain't even worth it for me. It's all good. Screw it. But we have it here. It says GTA 6, an exclusive deep dive into the video game of the decade. On par with the wonder of the modern world, it says the pressure on Grand Theft Auto 6 to deliver the holy grail of gaming is enormous. We talked to Rockstar's epic team of creative talents to uncover the secrets. There's a lot of text here, but let's go through some of the screenshots we have. They look gorgeous, man. And there's some crazy features I just cannot wait for us to get down and talk about. It says High Life Hotel. Look at the fish that they got. Of course, it looks great. Lucia wears all clothes and glasses. Stock 305. Jason wears all clothes and glasses. Nola, watch for. All right, we don't need to read the name range. Screw it. Ooh, okay. Nice fit. Is this part of the pre-order or the pre-order 70s joint or whatever it's called, the 80s 70s joint, or nah? It's probably a different dress. Okay, yeah. This is part. I think that was part of that pre-order. I think if you pre-order, you get the fits from there, so that looked good too. Oh, that looked fire. And you can have a dog. Yeah, that's fire. Okay, and of course GTA 5 you have a dog too, but it just looks better in this game. You know, she got the braids, she got the whole fit. This is GTA, y'all. Look at this shit. This is GTA. Crazy. That's Bubu Ike. That's that club that he had, Jack of Hearts. We have, okay, let me see. Roxy wears all clothes. I forgot where she's from. I forgot what she does, but she looked fire. What the hell? Look at the hairstyles, y'all. Look at that. Look at the body. Look at the titty. Oh, but look at the body. Look at the hair dye, like the little dot on this part, little strand, the strip of the hair. Yo, fire as fuck. The nails. Holy shit. Okay, and this is Raul. This is the guy you're gonna be doing heists with, burglars, right? You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So we got those screenshots. That's all. That's amazing. That's the autumn 2026 issue. So you get a glimpse of what to like look at, and I think they showcase everything in here from the issue. But if you wanted the magazine format, you can buy it on their website. So there's a lot of information here. So mind you, when I get nervous and I get excited, I sometimes stop a bit. So all right. It says here, the story is taken from the autumn 2026 issue of Days, which is on sale internationally on September 10th. Pre-order a copy of the magazine here. I'm not gonna lie, it's on sale internationally from September 10th. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't agree with that. Shipping is egregious. It says, on the sweltering Leonida Keys, sweat slicks of the skin of two lovers on the run as they toast new beginnings, watching the sunset over water. A breeze blows through their hair. Okay, this is like a bunch of cool shit that you get to learn. Okay. It says it's been 13 years since Rockstar Games released Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the most acclaimed and controversial video games of all time, and it's been roughly the same amount of time since work began on its sequel, Grand Theft Auto 6, which transports the action from San Andreas, closely inspired by real-life Southern California, to Leonida, based on Florida. That's more than a decade of anticipation, meaning there's unprecedented pressure on the follow-up to meet expectations. As Rob Nelson, head of development and co-studio head at Rockstar North, tells Days, however, I don't know that any amount of external pressure could compare with the pressure we put on ourselves as a team. Okay, it says if you accept that video games are an art form, then Rockstar Games has produced two of the most significant works of the 21st century so far, Grand Theft Auto 5 and the Western-themed adventure Red Dead Redemption 2. I said this before in my previous video, a lot of people I always hear talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 story, whereas so many people talk about GTA 5's gameplay and as a whole in its entirety. So I know people love both just as equal, but man, these two games are huge, bro. It says the numbers speaks for themselves. In 2013, the former broke the record for the fastest selling entertainment product of all time, earning $1 billion in just under 3 days. I just added an extra word. This is more than any book or Hollywood film. 5 years later, Red Dead Redemption 2 took the second spot, but the latter also came with a gear shift. While GTA Satira, what the fuck, whatever the fuck that means. Modern life with wacky character, high-octane car chases, and explosive gunfights, Red Dead Redemption 2 was hailed as one of the most realistic and immersive games to date, with a slower, more emotional tone suited to its storyline. Like I said, a lot of people genuinely love the story for Red Dead Redemption 2. We got this image right here. Now, we're trying to see some of the stuff that's listed right here. We look back at our previous games. Now, hold on, because I have actually another link that broke down everything that we see here. I was just making sure that we see this, and we got all these details in bullet point form. So I think I might just read that in bullet point form so I don't bore you guys to death with my stutter, because anytime I get nervous, I tend to stutter and I drool, and I don't want to bring that shit to the table, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and switch that over. Okay, so we got Shinobi 602. Shout out to the Shinobi. I always look at, his gaming news and stuff like that. He has bullet pointed every main thing that came from the article, including showing the screenshots, of course, but every main piece that came from this article. So I'm losing my shit here, okay? It says, player actions now have consequences in the world. Example, walking down the street with a rifle. So in depth, what that basically means is If you walk down the street with a rifle, everybody notices you. You have to move a specific way. I love the attention to detail that they've done here. There's so many games and so many times where these devs would make a game based on a certain story, but like everything else would not apply unless it makes sense to the story. For example, even Mafia. I hate to bring up Mafia, the old country, but that game, I love the game, but some of the stuff just does not make sense. If you're gonna make a game based on that time period, old pre-1900s to like 18 or whatever the fuck, you gotta make things that kind of make sense towards that story. Did y'all know that Mafia, the old country, had no animals in that game? He had no pets. There was no life flight going on unless it pertained to the mission. That's like, it really killed the whole vibe for me. It says Jason is an ex-military and a drug runner. Lucia is a fighter fresh out of prison, as we read. It says you can play as a couple or play or cause chaos independently. So in detail, this is so freaking crazy. You can actually see the leaked gameplay isn't getting the full features. You can play the game independently like we just seen with Jason, or you can have your companion with you the whole time and swap between the two at all times. You could complete the whole game together. You could roam around the city together, be in the car together. And I read the whole article so I can reiterate this. You could literally be in the car, driving as Jason, Lucia right next to you, then switch over to Lucia while Jason's driving, and you can use your phone in the game and participate in all the social media mishaps that are going on, tweet out or whatever they have, whatever versions they have, and actually take part in it, because this game is emulating all the crazy chaos from 2020. That's why it's like super crazy from the first trailer they showed, and you can do everything like that and you can have them together. That's the first time we've ever had a video game that would pair you with a couple, not just a companion. I know I said that, but as a couple. That's fucking crazy. If you actually get that, it's fucking nuts. We didn't even see that with GTA 5, bro. That's crazy. The way they did it with GTA 5 was it pertained to mission base. This is crazy. So it says, on the way to a job, you switch between driving or the other character in the passenger seat, scroll on your phone, as I just mentioned. Seamlessly swap between each during a mission. Story is very Bonnie and Clyde, where Jason and Lucia's relationship is front and centered. So of course you have some balances, some dynamics in going on. I know for a fact Lucia is gonna be the hard ass. She's gonna try to be a bossy girl who's gonna also want that like external and internal. I'm so hyped, bro. Finally, it's been confirmed. So you could tone up Lucia, you could tone up Jason, possibly eat, put on some weight. I knew that there was gonna be so.
The gold is real, but so is the danger.
Glittering handfuls.
Oh! So they are saying that an hour of GTA 6 gameplay has been leaked on the internet collectively. Rockstar Games is also sending private investigators to people's houses that they believe are part of this massive GTA 6 hack. Gamers are canceling GTA 6 pre-orders, PlayStation Plus subscriptions, because this is part of the backlash to boycott the houses that they believe are part of this massive GTA 6 hack. Gamers are canceling GTA 6 pre-orders. Rockstar Games is also sending private investigators to people's houses that they believe are part of this massive GTA 6 hack. Gamers are canceling GTA 6 pre-orders, PlayStation Plus subscriptions, because this is part of the backlash to boycott the PlayStation blackout that is going on, right? So let's actually get to the bottom of it. My toxic ass BBC gamers, what's happening? Like the video if you're team gamers, dislike the video if you're part of these corpo gooners out there, all right? But you gotta want to see this. Shout out to Legacy Killer, roll it.
I honestly expected it to go, like, initially we had a couple of gameplay videos, just random stuff in the open world, but we're starting to get into certain things that you would want to find in your own travels. It was moments that really made Red Dead 2 what it was, like the haunted bayou girl, the UFOs. Those are cool things that I came upon in my experience. But having somebody posting this all online, it does suck. But the honest truth is that many feel like this is the consequences of Rockstar Games' action, and many feel this is warranted for how they've conducted business over the last decade. And that's why there is a divide on social media of whether or not CyberLeak is a hero or a criminal. And many people, I mean, look, they've even added him into Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, hero or villain? What are we thinking, man?
There is a mod with his icon in the game. It is actually kind of insane how divided people are on this individual.
Yo, Segas are saying bring on the Armageddon for these chumps, for these gooners at Rockstar Games that, you know, lay the bamboo down, pose. Yeah, like Segas are going apeshit right now.
And it really just goes to show that if Rockstar Games went about Grand Theft Auto 6 differently, I just don't think that there would be such a want for this footage. But
Oh,
there is
100%. Had it been like PlayStation never done this like digital only move and then like revoke licenses from people that have bought like movies digitally. I know, not everybody buys movies digitally on the PlayStation Store, but there have been Segas that have been buying that, and do they deserve their licenses being revoked? Absolutely not. But Sega's or at PlayStation, they done that. And Rockstar Games also making it so we're never gonna have a disc for the PlayStation. So yeah, and $100 price tag. You gotta pay $30 to watch 4K gameplay on Netflix. Like, come on now, right? Had it been we never had that, I feel like that we would have never seen this level of support for the Cyber Leak. You know, Sega's calling him hero. Sega's are saying that bring the hammer down, leak everything. You know, leak the entirety of. Okay, that is getting distracted out here,
That's
but
right now because. I mean, this is the best graphic, best example of things. We're 3 months out. The leaked footage that we've had from the 2022 leaks and the 2026 leak, and it might not even include some of the other stuff that happened, but we have over an hour, 13 minutes of footage of GTA 6. That's insane. The official, we have about 4 minutes. It's crazy when you think about it in that light. But this is an example of the social media storm that's going on.
yeah, I see why Rockstar mad though.
Right now, the divide people have. There's something so satisfying about this big GTA leak. The company that doesn't want players having ownership of their games has now lost ownership of their own game. I can't bring myself to feel bad for them when they don't feel bad for their own players. But then another individual on the flip side saying, let's start a real movement right now to change things and demand this individual stop the leaks once and for all. I'm honestly heartbroken. Excuses like all the incidents. You claim to fight for a cause, but spoiling the game only hurts actual gamers who've waited over 10 years for this movement. I'm not defending the lack of physical editions as a regrettable decision that should be reconsidered.
So we have some YouTubers and some people on the internet shedding tears over these leaks, and others are like, yo, bring on the Armageddon though for Rockstar Games. Like, hey, yo, bring on the Undertaker. Like, let Undertaker go gangbusters over at these gooners at Rockstar and Take-Two, bruh. And even Sony, PlayStation, right? Yeah, Sega's going apeshit. I want to know which part of the squad you at, gang. Put it in the comments.
Ruining everyone's experience is completely contradictory to the movement. You're targeting the wrong people. Ultimately, though, there's just so much misinformation surrounding this individual online, and it's getting into the realm of you really have to be careful with anything that's popping up outside of his website, because there is no social media for CyberLeak. This is something I fell for myself. He does not have a Telegram. He does not have a Twitter account. He does not have a Discord. He does not have any of that. Those are all LARPers. And there's even been some people saying that there's a...
Yo, what if that's like the professor from Money Heist? Yo, what if he's like following the Money Heist? Yeah, I feel like he's a fan of Money Heist TV show, right? Yeah.
Leaked build spreading online that's 100th of any of that. Those are all LARPers. And there's even been some people saying that there's a leaked build spreading online that's 113 gigabytes. Surprise, surprise, it's a malware trap.
Yeah.
And there's also been people accusing that there's a Deadman switch. There's no proof of that as well. I mean, we can assume.
Well, yeah, with the Deadman switch though, I guess we're only gonna find out if it happens, right? We're not gonna find out now. We're only gonna find out. That's like the worst case scenario, right? This is DEFCON 1 for Rockstar Games. Yeah, they're getting the aliens from Area 51 involved to find out the leaker right now.
Assume he may have something set in stone if Rockstar were to capture him, but there's no evidence of that. And he has not said anything at all about that. And we have seen other conspiracies. This has kind of been a week of it in which people think that this is actually marketing. This is like Rockstar Games themselves behind this. This is some elaborate thing that they have planned out.
Yeah, I've seen some of you guys also comment that in my videos too. I mean, there's always a possibility. I'm not going to sit here and say that there's no possibility. There is possibility, but I personally don't believe that's the case, bro. They're sending private investigators. They're also taking down posts, right, and leak gameplay. But yeah, right, like, I guess it still can be part of the marketing though, but I doubt it though, highly doubt it, because they're paying Netflix as well to show gameplay early and charge people. Yo, we really gonna pay for gameplay? Hey man, that's crazy.
And Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming, they talked about it a little bit, and they kind of
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart? There it is. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There's no way this is that.
There's theories going around that these were all intentional marketing.
No,
there's no way.
No. That is so stuff like that has happened very few times.
And what they're talking about very few times is, I swear.
And honestly, though, GTA 6 don't need like leaking marketing, right? This game, bro, like they don't even say nothing, and people market the game for Rockstar Games. Think about it, how many times you talked about or searched for GTA 6 on X, Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube for watching videos, and then you're like, fake, this, that, the other, right? Yeah, right? Like, Segas have been talking about this for a decade now.
Where Ubisoft has done that numerous times over the years to hype up some of their games, but that's obviously just a theory myself. But I will say this: we started off with just some mundane clips of random open world activities. We've gotten into some things that I consider spoilers, things that people they wouldn't want to see, and it seems like things are only beginning, because we're going to be getting actual cutscene footage soon. That seems to be the direction that this is headed. In which we're going to see Lucia's opening mission, and a lot of accounts they're not ready for this, because this is something that will be spammed all over social media. And it feels like with the Netflix
right now we've seen like that beach gameplay, and honestly, bro, like you know, every leak that we have seen so far, I would say it doesn't make GTA 6 look like a crazy game at times. I mean, obviously we all know GTA 6 graphically is gonna be fine. We're just seeing like the low resolution graphics. By the way, this is AI gameplay, obviously, right? But there was an actual leak of the GTA 6 at beach, and man, that leak actually looked good. I would say that is by far the first leak, to me at least, okay, that looked really good, because we saw the NPC count, and there were a lot of NPCs, just like the trailer, right? And but this AI gameplay, my goodness, man, this AI gameplay is stupid. But graphically speaking, though, they're not gonna be able to beat this AI gameplay, unfortunately. So you need to like lower your expectations. But we all know the game is gonna be alright. You know, graphically speaking, it's gonna be alright, or more than just alright, though. So.
Special, this individual, CyberLeak, he knows he's preparing for it. Like, he wants to overshadow that event, and it's just the curiosity of how much access he has to the game and what he has in store for gamers and everybody. Ultimately, though, we continue to hear from former Rockstar developers, like a director called the GTA 6 leaks a nothing burger, although that's just based on what was leaked at the time. Obviously, we're getting into more specific events that happen in the open world. It's not just like he goes and shoots somebody or bashes somebody in the head. We're past that. So I don't think that this is a nothing burger anymore. He furthermore overmanaged this.
You don't send private investigators to people's houses if it's over a nothing burger, gang.
Former Rockstar technical director said he was asked if this is just a simple video leak. He responded saying, if that is the case, if this person has a build of the game, it only runs on a dev kit. Dev kits have more memory. There probably isn't a build in existence that would run on a retail PS5 at the moment. So who knows what he has? These people have been theorizing for the last week, saying it's only a couple of clips and then it's gone to this, in which it seems like the entire intro of the game may be leaked. And who knows what else is to come in the next couple of weeks if they cannot stop this guy or find him. And on that point, one of the big...
he needs to go balls to the wall right now, because like if but that's the thing, though. Will Rockstar cave in? I would say just cave in, dog. You never know. Like, this brother might end up leaking, or it's apparently a bunch of people, right, at CyberLeak. It's not just one guy, man. You never know. These suckers might leak the entirety of the game, man. And here comes a distracting ass gameplay here. I already know we're gonna skip around. Because I always like lose my talking point out there, man. Whenever I see that, I just forget about what we're talking about here. So yeah, but you know, Rockstar, you guys gotta like listen, man. Do the right thing, bro. Bring back the physical media, dog. Bring back the physical media, and because you never know, like this sucker might like release the entirety of the ending or all the gameplay, bro.
Biggest leads was this Pilot X 1970 guy who posted on Reddit accurately that something was going to happen on August 18th, and then he hinted that CyberLeak was a friend of a friend. It was obviously a troll. Whoa. We had an interview yesterday with this individual. If you missed it, I highly recommend it. But he actually uploaded a new video of his encounter with Rockstar private investigators, and I don't know, it's just interesting to me hearing what they were saying to him. They definitely threatened the guy. Lots of accusations were thrown around, but those always seemed like a dead end, and Rockstar, very desperate, Take-Two Interactive, they're trying to chase any lead, leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, they man.
Leaks in relation to, so good for Rockstar.
Yeah, this is the one. They're sending private investigators at people's houses, bro.
Leaks in relation to this game, etc. Your son's obviously put something up on Reddit, and
your son obviously put something up on Reddit. Nah, bro.
It's like leaks in relation to, so good for Rockstar. Leaks in relation to this game, etc. your son's obviously put something up on Reddit, and basically what your son's saying is that he's guessed it right. Over the pond now, they're finding that hard to believe. It's got the exact.
So the prophecy was true by his son? Okay.
He's guessed it right. Over the pond now, they're finding that hard to believe. It's got the exact day right. So.
Now, furthermore on this, there have been accusations that Pilot X1970 Lewis is just lying. It's a bunch of misinformation on social media right now. Apparently something, people have been doxing Lewis here all over. There's tons of just fake posts and such. Like one of the main accounts that supposedly called him a giant liar and that these were hired actors. I don't even know how to, I can't laugh. I have to laugh at that. Right. But this individual was telling him to drop a crypto coin. And this individual was upset that I guess he didn't work with him on the crypto coin. So he started making accusations and they found stuff in his past. Apparently he
remember, gang, the justice of BBC or the justice of consequences never comes with lube, gang. Yeah, and you gotta want to see this out. Shout out to the homie Max from Uncle Max from Tweet Cash Guy. Check this out.
Very bad precedent. Every game starting next year is going to try and get away with $100 special editions. Yeah. The all digital future.
Gamers mad, gang.
It's heavily here because of GTA 6. Just in every single way, the precedent they're setting is bad for business. It's bad for the gaming industry as a whole. And people are basically saying, if GTA 6 fails, it might be good for gamers. But let me talk about this, because this isn't just some random stuff. These are major tweets. I found stuff with 50,000 likes.
People asking for GTA 6 failing. Hey man, what planet we on, man? We waited for this game, the same game we waited for a decade. Now seconds wanted to fail. This was one of the top comment I read. Losing, and I quote, losing GTA 6 is a sacrifice most gamers are willing to make if it means we're saving gaming, end quote. I don't know if we're willing to sacrifice GTA 6. Are we willing to sacrifice? It's not like, are we willing to sacrifice GTA 6? It's not like we're gonna have a GTA 7 tomorrow, right? Like, we're gonna have to wait for that game, God knows, maybe 2 decades? Yeah, man, not GTA 6, but come on, Rockstar Games, like, stop gooning, y'all. Just, like, make the physical media, bro, you know? Come on, damn it. Like, don't be charging people to watch gameplay. Like, what the hell, bro? Like, honestly, bro, Cyber League, bro, you gotta, like, just leak it all, bro. Just, you feel what I'm saying? Just leak it all, bro. Just at this point, just end it all, man. Like, honest to God, like, sick and tired of these gooners over at Corpo, bro. Like, these Corpo gooners be crazy right now. Just leak it all, bro.
Basically begging for GTA 6 to fail. And I want to sort of explain how and why. I hope you're having a great day. If you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So, a lot of this negativity has been cooking up over the course of last week because of this guy, CyberLeak. Now, CyberLeak, they do not know who this guy is. There's been tons of court documents, precedents, investigators showing up at Redditors' houses and stuff. It has been a very crazy 72 hours. And suddenly, CyberLeak is posting stuff like crazy. It seems like they really don't know who this guy is. But
yesterday, they apparently released like 3 different leak videos, right? Yeah, that was kind of unheard of. I did not see that coming, apparently, because usually they just leak 1 video, and that's it. We have to wait for the next day, but now, like, next business day, but now they're like 3 in a day. Yeah, maybe tomorrow they're gonna leak it all, and now they're threatening to leak the prologue. Bro, just leak it all, honestly, bro. I don't even give a damn, bro, at this point, bro. Sick and tired of these gaming corpos out there just effing me in the ass with no lube, bro. Pose.
Clearly somebody actually has a complete version of the game. He's signing his name on walls, he's flying over cities, he's going where he wants. Clearly, this dude has the game. And basically what he's saying is that he says, I want them to print a disc. I want them to give us some sense of ownership. CyberLeak is basically saying, I'm not spoiling it, but I might. Even today, look at that. If you're one of those stupid Twitter people actually wanting the story to be spoiled, you're a grade A loser. This leaky fraud was never about protecting physical media in the first place. Now, a lot of people have basically been anti-leaky just because, I'll be honest, I think it's cool seeing the game itself, but a lot of people seem to say it's ruining the magic of GTA 6. I think I'm in the camp.
The magic is already ruined, bro. The magic, he has leaked enough, I guess, right? And what Rockstar has done so far, I guess they've done enough to lose the. I'm not excited the same way I was like 2 years ago, right? Obviously, I'm waiting for this game. This is the only game that I'm looking forward to right now. I don't even play games no more, bro. It's been so bad. Modern Warfare 4 is trash, apparently. You know, everybody's complaining about it. I have not played it, so that's not my opinion. I've seen it. I was like, this is not for me, so hey, I'm out. No biggie, right? No biggie. Maybe it's actually fun. Maybe if you played it, if you played it, share your opinions on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. I'm kind of out of Call of Duty right now, so yeah, not for me right now. Wolverine, I saw that, trash. You know, I'm only waiting for GTA 6 and not excited the way I was, bro. Like, after everything, the greed and these scummy ass companies, bro, the greed has really killed gaming, to be honest, man. A decade ago, it was not like that.
That
or not this bad. I mean, it was getting bad, let's be real. I would say like 2010, so 16 years ago at this point. Yeah, what an era that was. I want that era of gaming back, but I guess we all know that's never coming back, bro. With the greed this high, these scummy ass companies, they will never ever bring that era back, bro. It's all about money. They don't, yeah, they have been disrespecting gamers for a long ass time though. So Cyber Leak, I mean, I definitely like, listen, it's not like I'm leaking the gameplay, it's not like you leaking the gameplay, we're just sitting back watching the show, I guess. It's just a show, man. It's some bull squash right now. So yeah, whether he leaks it or not, that's up to him. If he leaks it, cool. If he doesn't leak anymore, cool, right? Like, I'm kind of indifferent about it, to be honest, but
introducing the all-new Game & Launcher. Discover unique games, import your libraries, expand your ecosystem, and play your games from one place. Watch esports and see top gaming influencers live. Redefine your gaming with gaming's monetization system. Get rewarded for playing. Game & Launcher. Download for free now at gamin.gg.
Have shown it years ago. Clearly, this game has been in a polished state forever. It is weird to think about the fact that we're finally going to see GTA 6 gameplay like 3 months before it comes out, and it's only on Netflix. Stuff like that is just scummy. Maybe Rockstar should take to the criminal and think about a physical copy, because Leaky is very much talking about the fact that he just wants some sense of ownership. It is weird that this is literally the most expensive game ever development-wise, one of the most expensive games ever cost-wise, and you'll never really have it. That's a weird thing. So this company...
Yeah, Sega's beefing on X right now, bro. Like, so everybody's beefing over that, bro.
Wants to kill physical media. They want you to buy it as essentially a rental. They thrive on predatory microtransactions. They threaten legal action on anybody talking about the leaks, and they want to pay while it's gameplay.
Yeah, honestly, had it been Rockstar was not doing any of it, then I would definitely be against the leaker 100%. Right now, like, I just cannot be, bro. Obviously, it's a crime. Obviously, I don't support the idea of, you know, hacking a company and leaking gameplay. Obviously, that's a crime, right? So I don't support that, but it's not like I'm against it either. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I would be against it if these scummy ass CEOs wouldn't be doing that shit, though. I would absolutely be against it. I would 100% be supporting Rockstar and Take-Two over that. But bro, I just cannot, bro. I'm sorry, I just cannot. But I also don't support, like, you know, hacking a company and leaking gameplay. I mean, I'll just leave it up to Cyber Leak for. Okay, you brother, you handle it. Oh, you handle it. If you want to leak gameplay, go for it. If you don't want to leak the gameplay, it's fine too, bro. But if you're gonna leak it, just leak it already, man. Just bring the Armageddon right now.
This has been a long time coming.
Just end it all, man. Just end it all, bro.
Leakers need to stop, otherwise they'll harm the company. Now, here is the tweet that everybody has been roasting for the last 12 hours. I mean, I am going to go through a million tweets about this. Everybody is making fun of this.
I know. I definitely do not want GTA 6 failing, though. In fact, like, I don't even want, like, Call of Duty failing. I don't even want, like, any game fail, for that matter. The reason game fails is because of these greedy-ass corpos. These greedy-ass companies, right? Greed has overtaken, and fun is put at the last. Fans are neglected completely. Fans are looked as dollar signs. That's why their game fails. Fans don't want games failing. We love these franchises. I mean, I grew up with playing Call of Duty GTA. I want these games to be good. Like, I want these games to succeed, quite literally. But it's not that I want these games to fail, but, like, bro.
Now, this dude, Kiwi Talks, does a lot of developer interviews. He does a lot of chances to sit down and discuss all sorts of aspects of the industry. Development, challenges, engines, all sorts of stuff. And a topic that comes up a lot, if you like this kind of content, is how little investment there is now. even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, there were people that were just interested in the industry monetarily, right? People with a couple $1 billion, which obviously an enormous amount of money, but they would try and fund something, some sort of passion project, a Doom, a sequel, a spin-off, a Mirror's Edge, some sort of cool game. And these investors would help stuff kind of come into fruition. But now that money is very much dried up. A lot of those investors are just putting all their money into like AI data center crap instead of funding it into an industry that honestly is inconsistent. If you're going to get your money back, it's not always a tried and true state.
Plus, like, all the water that is going for the data centers, the water that they're using for it, the same water that is turning the frogs gay. Yeah, maybe we gotta hit. Yeah, man, these corpo ass, these CEOs, these greedy CEOs, they should be the one drinking that gay frog water, not us, bro. Yeah, drink that gay frog water, bro.
But a lot of people feel like the only investor money now is going into crappy free-to-play slot. The only thing that investors want now is live service games. They want Fortnite. They want like everything that like Sony has been trying to do. Sony's really pivoting towards live service. That's the stuff that investors want and nothing else. They don't want cool artistic projects or talking about how your dad died. No, they want straight up normie bull crap, super marketable worldwide market slop. And basically what he's saying is anybody who's hoping that GTA 6 fails needs a reality check. It would be devastating impact on the entire industry because investor confidence would completely evaporate. That means investors would just not invest in AAA or AA or indies as well. Now,
gaming industry is due for a massive crash, bro. This the industry needs it. Gaming needs a massive crash right now, just so we can rebuild the games from the ground up and actually make games for the gamers and not for the investors. Because right now they are making for investors, bro. Like,
let me take a best case scenario. Let me try and translate this into a more positive glint in a way. I have talked even personally to developers that have said that right now you can make, 30% of a game. Typically, you would shop it around. You go to big companies, whatever, say yes or no. Private investors say yes or no. And you basically say, we've got this amount of a game. The engine is done. Here's the opening couple levels. Here's the completed concept. We need $10 million to finish it. And a lot of times they would say yes back in the day. They go, okay, $10 million, that's a couple drops in the bucket. We'll take it, we'll market it, we'll do that. Now, every single time, 99.9% of the time, the companies say no. That's why you really haven't seen any AA games. You see AAA and you see indies. That's why you're starting to see all these games that are made by like 5 or 10 people. Games that have zero investment, they just happen to blow up. That's what a lot of stuff is now.
And then they make like a lot of profits, right? They have like zero investment, but they have investments, obviously, right? Time is valuable. So they have been putting a lot of time making some of these indie games, and at times they blow up. And respectfully, that is amazing, right? Congrats to anybody that is putting in time, tremendous amount of times in creating fun games for people that actually want to play and care for, right? That is amazing, right? I wish I could say the same for these AAA games now. Yeah, it'll be what it be, man. So let's see what happens, okay? Let's see what happens. Did you actually see this data center video that apparently leaked out and the stuff that they are doing with the bunkers in the real world? Oh, you haven't seen it? Check out this video on the screen, man. The reality is definitely gonna slap you in the face with that BBC gang. Check out this video on the screen and I'll see you right there. Pause.
190,000 players online, where Windsmeet has arrived on Steam, earning praise from players around the world. A free-to-play open-world MMORPG is opening a new era of Wuxia adventure. Create your character, shape your destiny, fight alongside your friends, and challenge powerful enemies, or set out alone, exploring vast landscapes and uncovering secrets hidden across the world. Here, there is no single path. Some seek the peak of martial arts and become legendary heroes. Some forge lifelong bonds and create unforgettable stories. Others simply wander the world, watching the sunrise and experiencing the changing seasons. Because a true MMORPG is not just about combat. It is about the people you meet, the journeys you share, and the memories you create. Steam players have chosen their world. Now, it's your turn. Join where winds meet today. Begin your Wuxia adventure.
Browse the collection and choose a mod. Open GX Corner and scroll to the Riot section with a brand new co-streaming hub. Set your language and choose a stream. Only on the browser for gamers. Only on Opera GX.
Thor, God of Thunder, man, how are you?
I'm doing good. Just doing what gods do. I am a god.
And what's that, getting fat?
Come again?
What happened? You're fat now.
No, I'm not fat. I just got a little bit bigger. I've been working out a little bit. Asgard, eating good. You know.
Hawkeye, how are you?
It's Ronin now.
Ronin?
Ronin, yes. That's what I said.
And who gave you that name?
Gave it to me myself.
Actually, isn't there another Ronin in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Who the fuck is that?
Okay. Anyway, have you seen the new Eternals trailer?
Yeah, I seen it.
What'd you think about it?
Doesn't matter. I had to handle myself when everybody disappeared. I'll do it then, I'll do it now.
You handled what?
I handled everything.
Everything?
Everything.
You mean that common gang in Japan?
Common? I'm a whole different person because of that. You don't know what I went through. Nobody here knows what I went through.
I think literally half the planet knows what you went through. Mr. Blade, first black superhero, right? Blade?
You knew that.
Okay. Have you seen the new Eternals trailer?
No.
No?
No.
Why not? It's the talk of the town.
No, Blade is the talk of the town.
Blade is not the talk of the town.
Yes, it is.
What town?
Every town. Especially at night, because guess what? When them vampires come out, who they need? Blade. I bet you they talking about Blade.
So you heard the new Eternals trailer's out, huh?
Yeah, I'm real happy for him. Real happy. Glad it's out.
Oh, happy?
Yeah.
You're not mad or anything?
No, why would I be mad?
I mean, you're the Hulk.
I mean, yeah, see, I am the Hulk. I am supposed to be mad, but I just feel like it doesn't get me anywhere, you know?
It does get you somewhere. It literally helps you fight people.
No, but you see, that's how this happened. I just feel like it's just not gonna work anymore. Just getting mad. I should have my mind straight at all times now, you know?
Yeah, I seen it. They're supposed to be our protectors or whatever. I guess.
Sound like you got something you want to say.
Yeah, they were supposed to protect us. Where were they at?
They probably thought you could handle it.
Where Iron Man? Tell that to Iron Man.
How you doing, Punisher?
Hey, interviewer.
How you been?
I can't call it.
Glad to hear that. Have you seen the new Eternals trailer?
Yeah, I seen it. It was good.
Okay.
Ready to see why, they weren't there when we was fighting Thanos, but I'm ready to see it.
When we were fighting Thanos?
Yeah, me, Cap, Iron Man, rest of soul, Thor, all of us, Hulk, a lot of us out there.
Aren't you supposed to be able to heal? Why is your arm in a sling?
I don't know. I'm just.
It doesn't work anymore?
Yeah, I mean, it just.
Maybe you should try to get mad.
No. See, I'm not getting mad anymore. That's not the way to go. I just want to be,
I feel like
myself.
some people will call you weak for that.
Weak? No, it's smart. That's a smart thing to do. I mean, you let your anger take control, then it's just gonna. What?
I'm the first hero everybody knew. Marvel didn't have no black fan bases before me.
So Marvel had no black fans before?
Not one.
Not one?
Not one fan. Name them.
Well, I mean, I can't name them by my name, but I'm pretty sure they have.
Because there was none. Till Blade popped up on the screen.
I'm not doing it.
And the only reason why they didn't put me in the MCU because they know I would have beat Thanos quick.
Quick. You can't beat Captain America.
But I fight vampires that's stronger than Thanos, and Captain America set it up then.
Okay, first of all,
set it up.
Those vampires that you fight are no.
I ain't gonna talk too much. Set it up.
Captain America's dead, Blade. You can't fight him. He's dead.
The gold is real, but so is the danger.
Come on, baby. That'll do nicely.
No. $1.18? Holy cow! That's insane! That's even bigger!
Yes.
Dude, we're hitting a gold mine out here.
I'm glad I started mining right here. I can't believe I'm up to $4.68. That's real money too, which is insane.
Yeah. Have you seen the Eternals trailer though?
Yeah, I seen it. It was nice. It was good, I guess. I don't know. Not thinking too much about it.
You know they say that they're stronger than the Avengers, right?
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they might be stronger than them, but I mean, me, no. I'm a god. I mean, I don't know if they know that the Eternals. I've heard they might be. What are they? Eternal or something? I'm a god.
Yeah. So I feel like they can definitely battle with you, and maybe they might be able to get you now that you're like out of shape.
Who the fuck is out of shape? That's why, because you keep saying that. Who's out of shape?
I don't remember seeing you out there, Punisher.
Me? No, I was out there. I was out there for sure.
What
I was
part?
shooting. I was shooting for sure.
What part?
What do you mean? What part? When we all came out the portals. I came out the portal. I was the one in the back, kind of to the side. I came out, guns. You know I got guns for sure.
Yeah.
So I had guns on me. I want to say I came with the pistol strapped. 2 9s. I came with the AK. Just ready to go. AR. You know how I stay.
Hey Falcon, how you doing?
Oh, it's Captain America now. You see?
Hey Falcon, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. What's up?
I'm good as well. Did you see the new Eternals trailer?
Yeah, I saw it. It was alright.
Well, you do know that they were just watching as you guys were fighting for your lives, and most of you actually lost your lives.
Yeah, I know.
You don't feel any way?
Oh yeah, I do. They scary as hell.
The Eternals are scary?
Yes. 'Cause if they weren't, they would have been out there fighting like me and everybody else.
You were fighting?
Yes, I was fighting.
Can you name one of your highlights?
One of my highlights?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in Winter Soldier, I helped Captain America fight Bucky. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would tell you my show, but I mean...
That's like 10 years ago.
What?
Do you feel like the Eternals should have helped y'all fight Bucky?
No, we didn't need it. We had that taken care of. I was it.
Cap had that taken care of.
Yeah, Cap.
No, Captain America, Steve.
Captain America.
Steve Rogers.
So that's what this is? Yeah, you do got guns.
Yeah. Too many.
But you weren't in that movie.
Yes, I was. I was in the movie. I was telling you. I was in the back, and I was just showing you the guns I came with.
Actually, I don't think you're in the entire MCU.
I just feel like you disrespect me every time I get on the interview.
No, I'm just saying, you're not in the MCU.
I am in the MCU. I have a movie. I was in the Endgame. Right after Cap said, what did Cap say? He said, Avengers Assemble.
You were there.
Yes, he said Avengers Assemble.
Show me.
I went from a bow to a sword overnight.
Why would you do that?
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked. Unlock discounty here and here with one purchase. Go play on mobile.
What?
I'm not too familiar with their names, but I'm pretty sure the
So they are saying that an hour of GTA 6 gameplay has been leaked on the internet collectively. Rockstar Games is also sending private investigators to people's houses that they believe are part of this massive GTA 6 hack. Gamers are canceling GTA 6 pre-orders, PlayStation Plus subscriptions, because this is part of the backlash, the boycott, the PlayStation blackout that is going on, right? So let's actually get to the bottom of it. My toxic ass BBC gamers, what's happening? Like the video if you're team gamers. Dislike the video if you're part of these corporal gooners out there, alright? But you're gonna want to see this. Shout out to Legacy Killer, roll it.
I honestly expected it to go. Like, initially we had a couple of gameplay videos, just random stuff in the open world, but we're starting to get into certain things that you would want to find find in your own travels. It was moments that really made Red Dead 2 what it was, like the haunted bayou girl, the UFOs. Those are cool things that I came upon in my experience. But having somebody posting this all online, it does suck. But the honest truth is that many feel like this is the consequences of Rockstar Games' action, and many feel this is warranted for how they've conducted business over the last decade. And that's why there is a divide on social media of whether or not CyberLeak is a hero or a criminal. And many people, I mean, look, they've even added him into Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, hero or villain? What we thinking, man?
There is a mod with his icon in the game. It is actually kind of insane how divided people are on this individual.
Yo, Segas are saying bring on the Armageddon for these chumps, for these gooners at Rockstar Games that, you know, lay the bamboo down, pose. Yeah, like Segas are going apeshit right now.
And it really just goes to show that if Rockstar Games went about Grand Theft Auto 6 differently, I just don't think that there would be such a want for this footage. But
oh, 100%. Had it been like PlayStation never done this like digital only move and then like revoke licenses from people that have bought like movies digitally. I know, not everybody buys movies digitally on the PlayStation Store, but there have been Segas that have been buying that, and do they deserve their licenses being revoked? Absolutely not. But Sega's are at PlayStation, they done that. And Rockstar Games also making it so we're never gonna have a disc for the PlayStation. So yeah, and $100 price tag. You gotta pay $30 to watch 4K gameplay on Netflix. Like, come on now, right? Had it been we never had that, I feel like that we would have never seen this level of support for the CyberLeak. You know, Sega's calling him hero. Sega's are saying that bring the hammer down, leak everything. You know, leak the entirety of. Okay, that is getting distracted out here,
right now, because I mean this is the best graphic, best example of things. We're 3 months out. The leaked footage that we've had from the 2022 leaks and the 2026 leak, and it might not even include some of the other stuff that happened, but we have over an hour, 13 minutes of footage of GTA 6. That's insane. The official, we have about 4 minutes. It's crazy when you think about it in that light. But this is an example of the social media storm that's going on.
Yeah, I see why Rockstar mad though.
Right now, the divide people have. There's something so satisfying about this big GTA leak. The company that doesn't want players having ownership of their games has now lost ownership of their own game. I can't bring myself to feel bad for them when they don't feel bad for their own players. And then another individual on the flip side saying let's start a real movement right now to change things and demand this individual stop the leaks once and for all. I'm honestly heartbroken. Excuses like all the incidents. You claim to fight for a cause, but spoiling the game only hurts actual gamers who've waited over 10 years for this movement. I'm not defending the lack of physical editions. It's a regrettable decision that should be reconsidered.
So we have some YouTubers and some people.
They had no business making somebody get bad as a main player. Every day, you gonna have to dress up.
People on the internet shit.
And then, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, I don't got to where I don't even care about a baddie no more. Like, but the fact they done put like a real world in a game, nigga, with a bad female, it's crazy.
Getting tears over these leaks, and others are like, yo, bring on the Armageddon though for Rockstar Games. Like, hey, yo, bring on the Undertaker. Like, let Undertaker go gangbusters over at these gooners at Rockstar and Take-Two, bruh.
I gotta do something real quick. I'm not gonna be out here long.
Base 44 super agents. The next thing you can't live without. Clearing up your email, scheduling meetings, and
Lucidia. And they I already know they gonna have all kind of conspiracies. GTA 6, Lucy. I already know where they going with it. Let me see this. I ain't even gonna touch on that. I'm gonna leave that alone. But I'm trying to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't give a who you are, what genre of game you play.
I'm sorry, I went too far. Then I'm up here just saying stuff. Let me chill out. Get back to it. Let me chill out. Get back to it. Oh yeah, this one.
Years for this movement. I'm not defending the lack of physical editions. It's a regrettable decision that should be reconsidered.
So we have some YouTubers and some people on the internet shedding tears over these leaks, and others are like, yo, bring on the Armageddon though for Rockstar Games. Like, hey, yo, bring on the Undertaker. Like, let Undertaker go gangbusters over at these gooners at Rockstar and Take-Two, bruh, and even Sony, PlayStation, right? Yeah, Sega's going apeshit. I want to know which part of the squad you at, gang. Put it in the comments.
Ruining everyone's experience is completely contradictory to the movement. You're targeting the wrong people. Ultimately, though, there's just so much misinformation surrounding this individual online, and it's getting into the realm of you really have to be careful with anything that's popping up outside of his website, because there is no social media for CyberLeak. This is something I fell for myself. He does not have a Telegram. He does not have a Twitter account. He does not have a Discord. He does not have any of that. Those are all LARPers, and there's even been some people saying that there's a...
Yo, what if that's like the professor from Money Heist? Yo, what if he's like following the Money Heist? Yeah, I feel like he's a fan of Money Heist TV show, right? Yeah.
Leaked build spreading online that's 100th of any of that. Those are all LARPers. And there's even been some people saying that there's a leaked build spreading online that's 113 gigabytes. Surprise, surprise, it's a malware trap.
Yeah.
And there's also been people accusing that there's a Deadman switch. There's no proof of that as well. I mean, we can...
Well, yeah, with the Deadman switch, though, I guess we're only going to find out if it happens, right? We're not gonna find out now. We're only gonna find out. That's like the worst case scenario, right? This is DEFCON 1 for Rockstar Games. Yeah, they're getting the aliens from Area 51 involved to find out the leaker right now.
Assume he may have something set in stone if Rockstar were to capture him, but there's no evidence of that, and he has not said anything at all about that. And we have seen other conspiracies. This has kind of been a week of it in which people think that this is actually marketing. This is like Rockstar Games themselves behind this. This is some elaborate thing that they have planned out.
Yeah, I've seen some of you guys also comment that in my videos too. I mean, there's always a possibility. I'm not going to sit here and say that there's no possibility. There is possibility, but I personally don't believe that's the case, bro. They're sending private investigators. They're also taking down posts, right, and leak gameplay. But yeah, right, like, I guess it still can be part of the marketing though, but I doubt it though, highly doubt it, because they're paying Netflix as well to show gameplay early and charge people. Yo, we really gonna pay for gameplay? Hey man, that's crazy.
And Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming, they talked about it a little bit, and they kind of...
Job Corps is a program where they'll give you free residency. They'll give you 3 meals per day. You also get a place where you can find a trade and further your education. You can also come here to get your high school diploma and as well as your driver's license. Job Corps is actually free. You don't have to...
There's no way this is that.
There's theories going around that these were all intentional marketing.
No.
There's no way.
No. That is so stuff like that has happened very few times.
And what they're talking about very few times is, I swear...
And honestly though, GTA 6 don't need like...
I have to get back with y'all niggas. Good stream.